The Layer's a hard place to live. Real hard. Ain't no soft landing nowhere in here. Smiling at you like it already know your name, already in the room when you walk in. That's the slings and arrows, you don't hear them fly, you just feel that sting and wonder where it came from. Whole layer wrapped in dark mystery. Old magic in the walls. Wizards whispering deals they don't keep. Dragons watching from the shadows, counting bodies like loose change. Succubus love looks sweet at first, then you wake up lighter than you went to sleep. Heart tax, soul pawn. It's war out here. Quiet war. Betrayal wears silk and smile real nice. Same cats break bread with you. Be the one selling your name 2 streets over. This whole thing a stone cold trip, baby. No fair fights, no refunds. So whatever shield you walk around with, it better be battle tested. Not shiny. Not shiny. Not fresh out the armory, I'm talking chipped paint. Bent edges. Blood you couldn't wash off even if you tried. Cause the Layer don't care how fly you look in your armor. They care what's still holding when the smoke drifts off. If you still here tomorrow, still breathing, still standing on your square, then yeah, you's a bad mother. Shut your mouth.
Layer.
They say to me sometime, nice, what's the point? And I always tell them, hang out. I think you get it when it's all said and done. Primordial ooze. You'll get it all when it's said and done. I want to talk about this first. Shout out to Kenny Kent and the boxing scholar. We are talking about Carmelo Anthony. Being convicted. Doing his thing. Let's listen.
Just 50 be advised, County Police won't advise they're trying to bring you into the Capitol.
Publicists, when you talk to your publicists, you know the first thing they tell you? What? Stay away from religion, stay away from politics. Okay. You know why? No matter what the you say, somebody passionately disagrees with you.
Absolutely.
No matter what religion, you believe in Allah, then you're saying that's not the right way.
Let me see. We got to give a shout out to the big dog, No Chaser. going on, No Chaser? This is the Unboxing Kids. Shout out to the Unboxing Kids. Maybe they unboxing PlayStations and Jordans and who knows what. Shout out to the shout out stuff.
Believe in every Christianity, that's not it. Because they choosing something different. Your political party, the Democrat, Republican, the disagreement completely. Yo. So I stay away from it. When I get pulled into politics, I go.
The person you're listening to talking right now is 50 Cent, 50 Cent, 50 Cent, 50 Cent.
Yeah. And I have nothing to say. I'm just the same way we are. Well, no politics, none of this. I'll put that. I don't stay there because I'm still entertainment. If it's not music, then it's film and television, but it's still entertainment. So why would you turn someone off if I say that? Right. I want everybody to enjoy what I'm doing. Right. Not just a selective view amount of people. I'll focus on diversity because it's needed. Right.
The boxing scholar is a lover, not a fighter, but he's also a fighter. So don't get any ideas. If he pats you on the back, you'll put it in your resume. His enemy. Have him listed as an emergency contact. The scholar has an inside joke with complete strangers. If he punched you in the face, you'd have to fight the urge not to thank him. Sharks have a week dedicated to him. He's the only man alive to is parallel park. A train is count to infinity twice. In Genesis, when God said, "Let there be light," the scholars said, "Say pretty please." He is the genius of all genius and master of all masters.
And that's the trick to life. You have to be wise enough to know when you were living in your dream. And you have to be humble enough to accept when you're in someone else's.
This is a very long intro. Shout out to Candy Kane, who's simulcasting with the boxing scholar. But yeah, this intro is long as shit, dog.
Yo, the boxing scholar's on.
What's good? What's good, Candy Cane?
Hey,
We did a
Scholar.
pop up. We done did a pop up on him. We didn't shock the world already. First of all,
Yeah.
Scholar being awake during the daytime. Everybody know the secret to my youth is vampire hours. You know, I like to be. I like to sleep during the daytime in a coffin. The cat's out the bag. That's how I keep my melanin. You know, popping. You know, I don't use cocoa butter. I just sleep during the daytime. But yeah. So you've never. So we finna get a real life reaction from Candy Cane. You know, this finna be what like if it's a spit take, this would be a spit take. You know, she hadn't seen this clip before, and I'm curious of how many people like are gonna change. You know, this is just me being optimistic because you know once somebody mindset on something.
Yeah, be optimistic, brother. Be optimistic. Who we got in the build on? We got Creative Solutions in the building. What's happening? We got Rapid One Fitness. What up, big dog? We got Deacon Dave. We got SD. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Appreciate y'all coming through. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. We're going to get a little serious this morning.
They're pretty much compromised at that point. They're not going to change their opinion. So I'm just curious. I'm just curious how many people will change, how many people going to double down. I'm just curious because I know what's going to happen. You know, what white people always say, social experiment. I was doing a social experiment. It's a social experiment for me. I want to see how many people going to actually, because they claimed it wasn't about race and they was non-biased, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. So I want to see how many people really going to stand on that. I doubt
I'm curious. You definitely got me curious the way you talking. Like,
because I'm not you're a Libra, ain't you?
I am.
Oh, I already know where you stand on this. You're gonna see it from both sides. Then, you know, Libras like to see both sides.
Here you go.
But I can see both sides in the situation because, you know, like, so we, in my opinion, the prosecution and the the defense team and the prosecution was on the same team. They was a dream team, you know, because it's like, what? So they made an actual deal. I don't know if you're aware of this, Candy. They made an actual deal with the prosecutors that they were not going to talk about like character stuff. So like a gentleman's agreement. It's like, you're making I would be so pissed at my lawyer for making a gentleman's agreement with someone who didn't have my best interest. You get what I'm saying? Like, what?
So wait a minute, you saying Carmelo's attorney agreed to this?
Yeah, they agreed to it. So a lot of stuff, because a lot of people thought Charleston White was lying because Charleston White is a clown. And when Charleston White was talking about how these kids was bullies and the dad had some information that was going to come out and blah, blah, blah. This is the information that he was talking about because everything Charleston White said was exposed here. It was true. Like, they were bullies. They did have a checkered past and all the other stuff. But the flip side of that is Carmelo Anthony's past. So that's why I want to get into this. So let's without further ado, let's get into it. So here we go.
Defense attorneys went first, and they shared a disturbing history of violent behavior by Austin Metcalf. And it appears tomorrow is going to be no different. Our J.D. Miles tonight has a 75-page document that's going to be presented tomorrow, taking a deep look into Carmelo Anthony's past. It remains to be seen how his supporters will react tomorrow, but it was clear that they were pleased with what they heard in court today.
There were chants and cheers outside the Collin County Courthouse this evening when the hearing over whether Carmelo Anthony should get a new trial wrapped up its first day, a day when evidence was presented showing Austin Metcalf's disturbing record of fights, bullying, and racist behavior. Carmelo Anthony was dressed in a suit and tie for this morning's hearing, which began with the defense arguing that efforts by the trial judge and prosecutors to combat threats and deal with disruptions actually prevented Anthony from getting an open and fair trial. But bombshell testimony came this afternoon from Anthony's trial attorney, Mike Howard, about Austin Metcalf's background report that was never presented to the jury. CBS News Texas has also learned new details about Austin Metcalf's background. Metcalf and his brother Hunter were once caught spray painting graffiti, including KKK Kill All Blacks and Heil Hitler, along with the N-word, and were sentenced to 12 months of juvenile probation. Records reveal they reportedly told authorities, "We did some dumb stuff. We did some vandalism." There are several documented instances.
Okay, for commentary purposes, let's stop it there. Let's stop it there. Thoughts? Reactions?
Why didn't we hear this during the trial? Like, how did y'all suppress this kind of information and then tell us it's not race related? I'm lost.
So salute to everybody on the panel.
Hold up, Marky. Hold up, Marky. I'm gonna just say this.
Question. Go ahead.
No, hold on. Like, I'm streaming on her channel, so you gotta kind of watch the language. I'm just letting you know before you get crazy. I'm just letting you know. I know how you is. I know how you are. I know. Go ahead though.
Yeah. I know how you Isle and Blacks are. That's all I just heard from this man. But anyway, apparently there was some type of shout out to Boxing Scholar and shout out to you, Queen. Smash the like button, subscribe. And also come over to the Democracy Brief. I'm streaming from my own platform too. Apparently there was a gentleman's agreement between Carmelo Anthony's original defense team and the prosecution, which basically said, we agree. Okay, I don't even know what the defense necessarily agreed to, but they agreed not to bring up Austin Metcalf's history of racism and being a bully. And in exchange to just, they said they wanted to focus on the trial and the incident itself. But like, that is crazy to me. If my client.
Let me acknowledge the people in the building. What's going on? The best I can be. What's going on, SD? Hope you're having an amazing Saturday morning.
Client's life is on the line. This is a young man that could be going to prison for the rest of his life. I'm pulling all the stock. I'm not doing gentlemen like this, and it goes back to what the father was saying, Boxer Scholar. He should have never got a white attorney. Straight like that. Should have never got that white attorney. And I'm not saying white attorneys can't represent black clients or they can't do good work, but I'm not taking the chance.
I have a question.
It's something. Go ahead, Queen. Go ahead.
No, just trying to gather as many details. Does that mean that the attorney relayed this information over to the parents, or did the attorney withheld that information from the parents? Like, I'm wondering, were they clued into all of this, or was some of this just done between the attorneys and the parents were not clued into this? Because I have a hard time understanding as a parent how to say a gentleman's agreement to not let this, like the full scope of evidence be included. How?
I don't
especially
know.
when you're my legal representation, you can't do anything without running it past me first. Like, I don't understand that either. And then it's like, bro, they like in court, right? Because we all to a certain degree, we all lawyers. You know, that's what we do. Defend our talking points online. We all Johnny Cochrans. We all many Cochrans, right? But they have witnesses that they call, you know, character witnesses. Character, like keyword, character. And they made a deal not to bring up this person's character. Like, you're in the deep South, right? You're in deep South, Texas, right? All white, everything, and then you have a white attorney. It's like, why did you think that this would hurt him? And it goes back. Look, this is why you can't separate racism from these type of topics, right? And like Carmelo Anthony's dad, I don't know if y'all remember the live. I actually have it queued up when he was talking about watermelon felon, and this wasn't about race until they made it about race. And it's like, bro, your kids had disciplinary actions.
Wait a minute. Okay, Scholar, some just hit me. Didn't they show Carmelo with like fake guns trying to present him as some thug too?
That's it.
How y'all bring that into this? But you're going to exclude this about the Metcalf kid. How does that even equate? You bringing in his character and his outside. What the?
Yes. Yeah,
I mean, this boy was sold down the river. He never had a shot in that courtroom. Then they got I don't know if you want to talk about the judge now or if you're going to cue that up, Scott. But go ahead.
Oh, we could talk. I just pause for a little bit so we can get a reaction, because I'm gonna be honest with you.
Did you hear about what the judge said?
Go ahead.
The judge who just got taken off the case by the appellate. My bad. Can y'all hear me?
Cut out for a second.
Yeah,
you back now.
People always want to call me when I get on stream. The judge that presided over the case said that the jury got it right. Completely, like that. Like, bro, that's the opposite of impartiality. You're not allowed to comment on the case on any past or present case that you have. So that speaks to his bias. That speaks to why they didn't let cameras in the courtroom. They didn't want the people to get the details and see what was going on.
Marky, and then you know what's crazy? What's crazy? The judge doing that and then releasing the footage of after the incident, because I just knew that they were not going to release it because they were so secretive about the process. But when they released it, I was like, wait a minute, what? Like, I think that, I mean, and like I said, most people are compromised anyway, but that footage that they released didn't prove that the jurors got it right, in my opinion.
Wait, what footage are you talking about? Am I lost? What just happened?
I think he's talking
about the actual footage of the stabbing.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah, it was grainy as hell. I thought it was gonna be like HD footage that they, gave to like some experts to, process it and do like enhance it and whatever. It was grainy as hell. You can't even see exactly what's going on. All you see is a bunch of people scatter. It looked to me like Carmelo was getting surrounded. That was just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But you can't like draw no definitive conclusions on as to like who was doing what, or if Austin walked up to him, or if Carmelo was being aggressive or whatnot. You can't draw no conclusions. But
I
like
could.
the fact that they would send a boy like this to prison for 30 years, and Texas is a stand your ground state. Okay, if somebody, my mother went to Texas Southern University. She told me that in the state of Texas, if somebody is threatening you and they take one step towards you, you don't have to wait for the second step. You
Yeah.
can take their life.
Yeah. You don't have to. You're not required to flee. You're not. Stand your ground. It's literally in the. She's absolutely 100% right. But what's interesting to me, Marky Dan. You know how you talked about the footage being grainy. Everybody talk about how Jim Crow is gone. Like, I'm pretty sure there were jurors back then, and like they might have had a rare occasion where they got some video footage and it was in black and white, and the only color that mattered was the black.
Yeah,
Because
look, Rodney King. Those jurors had a literal video of these 4 officers beating this defenseless man after death. And they said, well, it didn't meet the statute, so I had to vote along the rules. This is why riots happen. This is why a riot. Listen, those people in Mississippi with all these black people they find hanging from trees, and now it looks like the sheriff is gonna cover up Nolan Wells' death. Don't be surprised if we get another Summer of Love like what we did with George Floyd.
I doubt it.
I don't doubt it. I think the
Too
much
much
shit
shit
is happening. The Civil Rights Act is getting gutted. You got motherfucking KKK judges now taking their hoods off.
I told you about the language, brother.
My bad. Wait, what did I say?
You said the 3 letters, and then you said MFer. But you good. Just be mindful.
Okay. I apologize, Queen. My bad.
Okay,
but
so let's
get
play.
My point. Get my point.
Yeah, I get you 100%. But let me play some more of this video because I want to see at the end of the video where you still keep your opinion, Marky Dan. What's good, RGM?
Salute to RGM.
Of Austin using racial slurs in school. And in 2023, Austin was accused of bullying a black student in class. In 2018, while still in elementary school, Austin and his brother were accused of bullying and assaulting a female, which led to his arrest. During an argument in 2024 with another female student, Austin allegedly knocked her to the ground and punched her in the stomach. He was also kicked out of a football game.
Yo, that is so crazy and look, when you said what you said, Marky Dan, about the having a white attorney, you're right. This is exactly why they look at, and this is how you know white people are aware of racism, because they look at it and say, we have all this stuff against Metcalf, but the stuff that they're going to present against Carmelo Anthony, they're going to be like, we might not want to bring this up, character witness, because they understand that racism is alive and well inside of America. This is proof of that, because I feel like it was more evidence to prove that first of all, he struck Carmelo Anthony first, right? He has a history of bullying. Like, there was more, like, if they would have brought the character stuff out, I felt like it would have damaged Carmelo a little bit, but it would have damaged Metcalf more and helped them prove their case. But because they had a white attorney who's aware of racism, knew where he was, he made a gentleman's agreement. That's so crazy to me. It's like me going out to the jungle and say, hey, Mr. Lion, could you not eat the gazelle today? He's had a bad day. The water's been dry. It's like, what? They don't have to agree to it. It's a gentleman's agreement. Because what ended up happening is they agreed privately and publicly released those photos of Carmelo holding a gun to paint public perception. So, he was set, like Marky Dan said, he was set up for failure before the case was even started.
Then another part of that. Go ahead, Queen.
No. That was the video. Go ahead, bro.
Oh, my bad. No, I was just saying, then another part of that gentleman's agreement, the prosecution pulled a fast one. They, during the trial, when they were gearing up to put Carmelo Anthony on the stand, because in self-defense, or if you're making a self-defense case, you have to have your defendant take the stand so that you can give the jury your state of mind. The prosecution said to Carmelo's defense team, if he takes the stand, then the gentleman's agreement is over. But I'm sitting there wondering, like, what are you gaining from the gentleman's agreement?
It was a dumb admission.
That part is still confusing to me.
I don't see any benefit. Like Queen Sunkiss, I remember the last time y'all had this discussion about the Carmelo case. She was standing on 10 toes down that he got railroaded. She was pissed about that, and like I don't see any benefit for Carmelo on this at all. Like, how did this help him? The only thing it could have done was set him up for failure.
It's a shame, bro. It's a shame. And then we find out his defense team didn't even bring up the fact he had epilepsy during the trial. So you got this big 6 foot, 200 whatever pound white boy who has a history of being a Nazi, who has a history of bullying women, bullying black people, calling black people the N-word and whatnot, being just a menace to society, who puts his hands on you. You're a little 5'8", 160-pound kid, and you're telling me I'm not allowed to be in fear for my safety? Or excuse me, the standard of self-defense, I'm not allowed to feel like I'm at serious risk of bodily harm? I can't wait for this next trial. I can't wait, because you're gonna see the raccoons, the Sambos like Brandon Tatum. You're gonna see that. I can't wait to watch them spin in the wind.
He already has his mouth full right now, bro.
With the Nolan Wells.
Yep. He already got his mouth full. He already on his doing his thing with white people on that.
He's calling those boys his friends. He just met them like 2 weeks ago.
Bro, because the qualifier, what color are there? He hasn't met one white person that he dislikes. So
Bro,
of course.
I wish you had that clip of Uncle Ruckus during the trial. Guilty, that is guilty.
Yeah, that's what how back in the day they used to do, like the little angel and devil on the shoulder. They get both devils, and they're both Uncle Ruckus on each side. He guilty. He's guilty. I ain't know. Like
hang that right now. I got the rope right here.
Hold up, Mark. Hold up, Marky Dan. You're doing it again. Come on, YM.
I will say that the Boondocks is way, way, way ahead of its time, and it's timeless. Even out to 2026. And when was the last episode? Like the 2010s or like 2008?
I think it might have been 2015 or 2014, I think.
Yo, and they always be talking about how revolutionary the Simpsons is. Man, look, the Simpsons is
Black
good.
People, it was the Boondocks.
Yeah, it ain't got nothing on the Boondocks.
They exposed Tyler Perry, R. Kelly. They exposed you remember the homies over H's?
Yeah.
They exposed the whole rap industry. They were just ahead of their time for sure.
Yeah, they were dope. They were dope. All right, let's get some more of this, because I want to see Marky Dan. I ain't listen. Everybody know I got anti-coon repel, so I don't get caught up in the raccooning. But towards the end of this, I think I know why the defense team went the way they went, and I'll show you why. But let's get some more of this video.
I was about to beat the expletive out of those kids. At a previous track meet, when another student alerted Austin that someone not on their team, quote,
Hold on. Let me rewind that, because we can't skip over that. He talked about beating other kids, so he's showed history of bullying. He was he don't discriminate. Equal rights, equal less for women.
History of violence.
Yeah, history of violence towards males and females. Like we said, I feel so vindicated, because I was telling people that, like, look at the father, like they always do this with us. The father went in the home. Look at the history. History mattered.
RGM.
But when you look at this case, they were like, well, the father they act like he was a stand-up guy, even though he created a broken home because he wasn't even in the home, right?
That was a question that I asked a while ago on my channel was, is it worse to have a fatherless home or a home with a bad father, a drug-addicted father, an alcoholic father, a domestic terrorist type father? Which one is worse? Which one is more damaging?
We actually we asked that question on BVO. And I made it very clear. It's better to have no father. Like it's bad. Like there's a difference between an asset and a liability. Something that adds to you, and then something that takes away from you or breaks you. You know what I'm saying? And those types of fathers, they create broken people. They create drug addicts. They create drunks. They create domestic abusers. All types of broken men and women. And now this young man got himself into a situation where he got his life took because he played with the right one on the right day. Scala?
My bad. Yeah. So, no, I agree. I agree with that, Candy and Marky Dan. It's better to have no father because they could do more damage. Like the damage of them not being there with their absence is minimal compared to the damage that they'll do if they lead them on the wrong path of, drugs, alcohol, or whatever the case may be. Like I just talked about this. So where I'm from, a small town in Texas, there was a family that grew up and they owned their house and their house was crappy though, kid. It was horrible living conditions, but they owned it. It was theirs,
Trap
right?
house.
Kinda. But the dad no, because they didn't trap out of it, but it was awful. Like a country hick place, or like a hick house, like an outhouse type thing. But it was theirs and they owned it. Dad was going to work in the oil fields making buku money. And now that I'm older, I'm like, what? Like, because they used to eat cereal with forks. That is
Wow.
that is insane. Now knowing what I know, Dad could have went and bought them some white teas. He could have been a functional drug addict, but he chose his drug 100%. So he would take his entire check and just go splurge it on drugs instead of saving 10, 20% and spending it on his kids. And his kids grew up getting made fun of. Like they grew up smelly. Like they grew up with a lot of trauma, and it was all due to their dad. And I just talked about this with my friend. It was a trickle down. They're really messed up now on drugs and all that stuff. If he wasn't there and mama would have and that's another thing, though, I feel like the woman, her whatever wasn't activated. The stuff that black women got, I don't know, put a word on it, but it wasn't activated because the dad was there. And because he was the leader and all that other stuff, it was just bad leadership, and it trickled down to everybody, and all of them are messed up. Versus a single mom who the superpowers would have activated, and she would have had them kids, even if she had to go to Nate and say, Nate, I'm in the bind, Nate. Whatever the case may be, she would have provided for them by any means necessary.
I hear what you're saying. But that just sounds like they had two loser ass parents. You
I
had
was just
you had a
gonna
father.
ask that.
Yeah, you had a father who was not nothing. He was just a piece of DNA. And then you had a mother who didn't have the strength to take her kids and leave and go stay in a shelter and get her life back on track.
I
It just
have
sounds like two
rarely
loser
seen
ass
where you
parents.
have most of the time you have like a parent who is an addicted one. There's usually one who's not addicted trying to hold the family together. I haven't really seen a lot of double addicted parents like that. I don't even know how to explain that. But like, how do you know? Like, where was her survival skills? And you said the kids were in a abysmal condition. What kind of condition was she in? Like, did she smell? Did she look rat-tat-tatted too?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
That's
I'm sure.
called codependency. That's
I'm sure, but
she feels
hold up,
like.
Mark it in. We can't ignore this. We can't ignore this. We live in a society, right? A society that is male centered, and we always talk about nuclear family and all the males being leaders. I felt like her superpower of being a single mom was never activated because she had somebody there. Right. And because she had somebody there, and it wasn't like he was a bum as far as his life choices, but he was going to work. He just was smoking up the money. And it's like that trickled down to them because, I don't know what other people's belief system is, but I believe that the man is the head, right? And he's the leader. That's what society is geared towards. Like it all, and if he's a horrible person, it's going to trickle down to everybody. Now you can say,
I feel like that would have been an excuse in like the 50s or the 40s or the 60s, but no, like I don't know when you came up like in the 90s, Scholar. Well, we're doing it like that for decades at that point. So by themselves without the man. So no, like I
that's
don't
what
got
I'm.
like
But you
no
missing what
excuse.
that's what I'm saying. because they're so used to doing it by themselves, they don't want to do that, Marky Dan.
No,
And
but like you got certain women, Scholar, they can't be by themselves straight like that, and that's what I was just saying. It's a codependency
He is
issue
right about that.
where
There are some
even
people who do that for sure.
yeah, like even if it's a piece of a man, not even a whole human being, they'll take it rather than being by themselves and saying, I'm a single mother. I don't want to be like that. So you just got some people like that. But we were getting off topic.
The toenail women, that's what I call them, because a piece of a man, but he like a toenail. He like a toenail with fungus. But yeah, you're right. Let's get back. Because that's a good topic we'll talk about though.
It's hard for me. It is so hard for me to just like hear that, because then my biggest issue. I struggle with the whole village thing, because my first thought is, where were her parents? Where were her people? Like, why were they not there to help you? You ain't got no sisters, no aunties, no nobody. They saw you and your kids out here looking a mess and just left you with this man. Because I'd have had to grab my sister up. Like, what's going on here? Why you look worse than you would have alone with this man? What are you doing?
I mean, and Skylar knows that I adopted my my nephew. He was my first child. I adopted him when I was 21 years old, because my sister, well, first she had, you know what I'm saying, her brain firstly wasn't functioning like at a high capacity. She was when she was born, the nurses were just negligent, and her mother had drug issues, and she was catatonic when she was having her. So she stayed in the birth canal for almost 2 hours, just having her brain choked off of oxygen. So she was special needs, and then she got a pill habit. So I took that responsibility and picked them up. But I'm not. I love her to death. I do what I can for her, take her to places and whatnot. But I'm not taking care of no big grown human being. And I don't know if that makes me like uncaring in that way. Because, you know what I'm saying? My mother asked me to make sure that she's always good, but I don't have it. I don't have that capacity to care for a big grown person like that, even for somebody who has special needs. Because she's even though she has like certain deficiencies, she's really smart. She knows how to manipulate people. She knows how to get assistance, federal assistance and all that. So I don't know. I don't know. Some people are just like, you can't help them. Some people they are just gonna be that way until they die, and that's gonna be that. And you just try to help the seed that they produce in any way you can.
And that's what I'm talking about. Sometimes you do have to throw the adults away to save the children, but yeah, that's a huge rabbit hole I can go down. I don't want to derail us from.
Salute Sir Foul Player.
Yeah.
No, let me not salute Sir Foul Player. Sir Foul Player, I hope.
I mean, he annoying, but come on.
I hope your coffee tastes bad. I hope your coffee tastes bad.
Oh man.
Those kids. At a previous track meet, when another student alerted Austin that someone not on their team, quote, behind our bench was talking wild, Austin reportedly replied, "Kill that MF." During the 2023-2024 school year, he received in-school suspension.
He over there, listen, and Carmelo Anthony was not the first person. There was another person, like somebody. So he felt like somebody passed away and left him in charge of all the aggression. He was the school security. You know, he was a step above hall monitor, I guess. So at all the track meets, you know, he's talking about unaliving somebody for doing something to his school. Like, so he's already showed a history of abuse, being territorial at these meets. That wasn't an isolated incident. Like I don't know why the lawyers. Well, I know why, but I just think it was a bad choice. I think
that lawyer. Go ahead, Scott. My bad. Go ahead.
I remember saying this one time, and then, you know, people thought I was being crazy, right? I said, I feel like black people should go get black therapists. And they was like, what? And it's like, yes, they're gonna look at you like a number. You want somebody that's in charge of your health care, in charge of whatever, or the responsibility of your well-being, that can identify with you, because that always makes a difference. Like, you remember when the the dude from one of those prestige school, what was it, Harvard or something, was essaying the girl behind the trash can, and the judge talked about him like as if he was his legal defense. That's a young boy, and you just can't ruin his life, and you just can't do all that. It's because he's seen himself, which is a whole nother thing. Like, how are you even a judge seeing yourself doing that? But he's seen the humanity in him because he could identify with him. And I think it's the same thing for Black attorneys, Black therapists. Like, you need to go get somebody that could identify with your struggle. They don't think Black fatigue, because it's been hijacked, is a term where everybody's tired of Black people.
Every once in a while, you might get an Atticus Finch, you know what I'm saying, from To Kill a Mockingbird. You might get that one who go up there and put on a show to try and save the Black man's life. But generally, absolutely not. No way, no how. I'm not putting my life in the hands of a white man. And just speaking personally, I've seen my mother. She had a case where this young boy, he went to the east end of the island, which is where all the rich white people live. It's where all the big beach villas are. And he went over there to rob. And then the white occupant of the home came out and he beat him half to death. And my mother defended this boy on the stand. And when she was doing her closing arguments, she made like a comment, which, by the way, I mean, it's not a one-to-one comparison because it was basically an all-Black jury, and you're never gonna get that in the States. But she in her closing argument, Scholar and Candy, she basically made a comment essentially that, and my client went through the back gate to get to his beach home, and that's like a big thing on the island where, you have white people come down here and they put a gate like around the beach, which is like, we look at that as like colonization, like, because you can't restrict locals from going to the beach. That's against the law. So the whole jury looked at this white man like, and they came back with a not guilty verdict. Like, I feel like that, like, you need somebody who's able to level with you and say like, this is our experience with these people, and be able to articulate that in such a powerful way that can pierce the jury and make them really question, should we send this young man to prison? I don't feel like a white attorney, let me not say a white attorney in general, but I don't feel like a decent amount of white attorneys can do that.
You had it right. The only white attorney.
There's some great white litigators. I know a lot of them. I don't want to do that, but you get my point. Go ahead.
No, but even if they do it, Barky, then it's still driven by, it's not driven by justice. It's not driven by, I could see myself in this situation. It's philosophical. It's not an actual, thing. And I think that's the problem. I think you fight harder whenever you see your son or your loved one or whatever the case may be. And we see that with healthcare. That's a whole nother topic, right? Black women, like they give them worse healthcare, and the mortality rates is going up amongst them because they don't see themselves in them. This is not their mother, their aunt that they want to make it home. So they're lackadaisical in their care that they provide for them. So I stand on that. I 100% stand on what I said. But let's get some more of this video.
Twice. School disciplinary records from April 2022 to May 2024 reveal that Austin reportedly called a teacher the B word and used profanity. He told a school official that he couldn't control it and wasn't aware that it was coming out of his mouth. In 2024, on at least 5 occasions.
Bro, he couldn't control calling the teacher the B word.
When did he get Tourette?
That is insane to me. I couldn't control it. I couldn't, no accountability whatsoever. It's so funny to me that all the people that were saying this wasn't about race when it absolutely was. How could you separate the racism from this? It being from the South, the daddy being racist himself, saying watermelon felon, and then this guy having a history of racist remarks and, identifying with the hoods and stuff like that. How do you separate the race? That's why I was trying to tell people when they play with us or play in my face. Everything's about race. You can't even fill out an application with that. So you mean to tell me if there was a crime committed or something, you're going to describe them as a human being? You're going to be like, oh, it was a human being that committed. No, you're going to give a descriptor. And one of the descriptors you're going to give is he was black or white or Mexican. Like, come on, bro. We got to stop this. So the people that say they don't see color, what do you do at a traffic light since you don't see color? Since you're so colorblind? This is like, that stuff is so insulting.
Austin saw a counselor regarding his anger and rage during a football game. In 2021, he got banned from attending basketball games for a season after yelling profanity at a player. Metcalf also got suspended after he and another student were talking about bringing a gun to school the following day. But the never-before-released details of Anthony's early years in Louisiana up to the day of his arrest for murder are also disturbing. On the day that Carmelo Anthony would fatally stab Austin Metcalf, prosecutors say he sent this text message at 1 a.m., which said, quote, "I'm low-key on the verge," and then emphasized it.
Now, hold up. Now, we didn't say what we said about Metcalf. And I don't normally do this. Because I don't care. Because, you know, I feel like white people, when they have an agenda that's driven, they never tell the other side. They just say, I'm non-biased. And the perspective they give is a biased perspective that's geared towards white people because they're the majority of people in America. And it's about a money thing. It's dog whistles involved in everything. But I want to get you guys' personal opinion on this, Candy and Marky Dan, because I want to know that this makes you like, does it make you like, you know, like, be like, a little pause.
No.
I want to know how y'all feel about it.
And it's not enough information. Like, not even trying to be funny or not being biased.
It's more though.
Oh, it's more to it. Okay, then,
Yeah,
I can't give you an opinion until I hear more. Because right now I'm low key on the verge. Could be of what? Of anything. I'm low key on the verge of cussing her out. I'm low key on the verge of putting my hand through the wall. I'm low key on the verge of taking a walk.
I'm low key on the verge of setting the track meet record. It can mean anything. Like, so you got to provide more context if you're saying there's more, Scholar. And salute to Tony Review, the fascist in the chat. Go ahead.
Yeah, you know, I would not have set the layup or the live up if I didn't. If there was
give me say, listen, look at you.
So here we go.
Later in the morning on April 2nd, 2025, and hours before Anthony would kill Metcalf with a knife at a high school track meet, prosecutors say Anthony's girlfriend reported to a Centennial High School staff member that Anthony was engaging in stalking behavior, to include but not limited to driving by her home and refusing to allow her to end their relationship. Also in the 75-page filing.
Did you just say Carmelo? Did they just say that Carmelo was out here being a weirdo to a girl?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty bad. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad.
Man.
But I think I ain't gonna say I didn't go through that. Well, I went through the puppy love stage where I got my heart broke, and I just hated the girl and left her alone.
Listen,
I ain't never stalked nobody. I've never done that before in my life.
Driving past her house, not leaving her alone.
Yeah, if
a lot of these men, even grown men on to today, will hear a woman say, "Leave me alone, go away, don't come back," and act like they don't know what those words mean.
Man, today you got the incels. They might do something to those women.
Do you think that Carmelo? Well, no. I think that behavior is definitely weird, right? Do you think there was some tongue-in-cheek involved too? Because it's gonna get worse. That's why I'm asking. I'm asking before I show what he did.
It could be like
you know how people say stuff that they're not gonna do, Candy, just for like abuse, like abusive stuff. Like there's no way to dance around that.
As a woman, we can't ever take anything as tongue-in-cheek when it comes to domestic violence, abuse, stalking, any of that stuff. Because like you could look harmless today and I could be deceased and deleted tomorrow. It's too many cases of that happening. Like I don't want to paint it like, oh, everybody's gonna expire at the hands of some man. But when you have a threat, even if it's a low on the totem pole threat, you still need to see it for what it is.
Yeah, you need to take it very seriously.
So listen, I've only seen this once, Candy. I don't think he made it to the girl. I think he was talking to his friend, because I guess this is me sitting on this is me being the armchair therapist, right? I think that he was going through whatever he was going through with his girl, and he was acting out because he couldn't control the situation, which is a sign of abuse. They like control, right? That's what it's all about. But he started texting his friend other stuff that I think was just tongue in cheek, because he even later said in the text messages, like, I'm just joking. But it was like, it was super. It was
people
super,
always adding LOL behind some stuff that they want to now walk back.
No,
Ooh,
no,
Scholar, I might be the
Scholar.
wrong person for this part of the conversation.
No,
I'm
Man,
no,
triggered.
I
Scholar.
want your,
There's no
I
just.
want y'all's honest opinion.
No, there's no justifying that, and it's even more scary when you think about the fact that the guy was carrying around a knife. So what if he would have like? And
Hold up now,
I've seen that happen.
Y'all
What?
could have maybe do a better job than his actual defense team, right? So this is how
Well,
just
objection. You can't interrupt me in the middle of my
I'm about to give you a
argument,
different perspective though. I'm gonna give you a
Counselor
different
Scholar.
perspective. Before you say it, I want to give you a
Go
different
ahead.
perspective. So you and I both know that, there are some everybody knows that there is heinous people out there, right? But we do also have the social contract, and we are a land of laws, right? And just
Sure.
because somebody is a heinous person does not mean they can't be a victim, right?
Sure.
So like somebody selling drugs, if they're unalive, they didn't bring the unaliving on themselves because they broke the law. So in this case, I don't think this is why I think his defense team didn't want this character stuff presented, because they knew they were in the South, and you have to be damn near perfect as a black person,
So
and
that's
you,
where the gentleman's agreement came in.
Yeah,
Then
it
it
makes
hid
sense
both of
now.
their
I didn't know
hats.
that.
yes,
Right, it makes sense
but
now.
still, I think it's stupid because it's a gentleman's agreement with in the South. We know the South, how great they are to black people, right? And they're trying to beat you. They're at that time they're your enemy. They don't want to see you win. So why would you make any type of agreement? Just prepare, because you're supposed to prepare as a legal team for this type of stuff, right? You're supposed to prepare for them saying that, saying this. What would you say in that situation?
The next time, if the appellate court approves for a retrial, you need to bring out all the stock and then let the jury decide what they're gonna do. Okay, these are two individuals who have documented histories of violence. Now just focus. Now you go to the incident itself. This individual was warned not to touch this other individual, and he walked up on him and shoved him. Whatever was going on with the girlfriend in the background, while it is heinous, it is weird as hell. If that was my sister or my mother or my daughter, I would have handled Carmelo Anthony. I was not going to let my daughter or my loved one live in fear like that from this little creep. But that being said, that is a separate issue. And Austin Metcalf clearly has a history of racism, violence, bullying, and he battered Carmelo Anthony. He put his hands on him first. And under the statute and law in the state of Texas, you have to be under fear of serious bodily harm. Okay, I'm going to bring up the fact that my client has epilepsy. I'm going to bring up the size difference on top of the fact that this individual is a racist with a history of violence. So it ain't going to be no gentleman's agreement if I were Carmelo Anthony's counsel for the next trial. We're going to bring it all out and let the chips fall where they are going to fall.
Exactly, which is what you're supposed to do as a lawyer, because you can't control what the other side is going to do. Their job is to beat you. So we agree on that. Like, I see why they did it, but it still doesn't make no sense to me, because it's still a dumb move. Like, you're gonna let a black person go and just face justice in America's, like, how has that turned out? They have a history of that. Like, it's documented history. How does that turn out for black people in America, especially black men? Like, why wouldn't you? Okay, release whatever you got to release, but we're going to release stuff
Did
too.
you hear about, I don't know if you or Candy heard about the TikTok star in Florida who stabbed her black boyfriend in the heart, the one, and she was abusing him, like, it was documented for years.
Courtney Clenny, was that her name? Oh, was it Toby Obumseli and
Toby
Courtney
something, yeah.
And Courtney Clenny. They kept calling her an OnlyFans model. They didn't even acknowledge her, like, disparaging.
After she stabbed the dude, she fled the state, and then now she got a plea deal of 6 years. So I mean, like, it's exactly what you said, Skylar. Like, a black man, particularly in the South, you are shit out of luck. So I mean, I'm not doing no gentleman's agreement with the prosecutor, not at all whatsoever.
Yeah. Let them do whatever they want to. Do your job. Your job is to defend your client. Your job is to make a case to the jurors, like, hey, this guy has a history of violence. He has a history of racism. He approached him. He struck him first. Simple as that. And this ain't even, most situations are like hindsight where you're like reacting to it and, oh, they should have did that. Money more than quarterbacking. This is not one of those situations. This is a situation where like it's kind of clear what you should do if you want to win.
Hold on a second. The Tony Reviews is like 5'2". If Austin Metcalf, big 6 foot 200 whatever pound ass, walked up and shoved Tony Reviews, I guarantee you Tony Reviews is not just gonna take that. And I guarantee you Tony Reviews probably walks with some tools on him, being as small as he is to defend himself. I don't even know what you're talking about, Tony.
Tony is from the same area that Sir Foul players from, and they all have some racist undertone opinions, bro. Like they're always on the opposite side of black people, and then like, no, I'm not racist, but like, yeah, but you kind of agree with everything the racists say. Like, might want to look at that. But no, yeah. So I agree with you, Marky Dan. This came out,
Tony, I remember you showed your camera on Phantom, and you stood up and you were bragging about how short you are. I remember that, Tony. I remember that.
That's crazy. I've never heard a man brag about how short he was. That's just crazy word. But so yeah. So Candy, Candy, what's your opinion? What is your opinion? Because we just gave ours. So Marky Dan and my stance is different. It's the same but differently said, articulated, and basically we're saying that he did display creep behavior, and in the words of Marky Dan, the first time OJ would have did that to my sister, they'd have found the bloody gloves in my house, but that doesn't constitute, or justify him being, he can still be a victim of bullying.
Even in the case of imperfect victims, they still deserve justice. So if we were putting him on trial for stalking that girl, then he needs to suffer for stalking that girl. But this was a case of self-defense. I feel like he still had the right to defend himself, and they should have put all the information out there. Like, let us hear it all. Don't try to paint any side as perfect, and then we find out later the truth, because like everybody had dirty hands here.
But that's the thing, Candy. They made a gentleman's agreement with him, and the prosecution started releasing photos of him holding the gun to paint public perception. There's not any point in anybody's critique of even if they're for Carmelo Anthony, where they painted him as an angel, just because they were releasing photos, just because black people are guilty of being black before anything.
Well, what I caught from that was they wanted to make sure that the public perception, black equals thug. And as you can look at Carmelo Anthony, that's not what we know what thugs are, right? That was a little lame boy. That was one of them anime watching. You know what I'm saying? This is not a banger right here. I don't know what y'all saw. Black is not synonymous with YN. That is not a YN. He might be young, he might be Negro, but that's not a YN.
Hey, I don't know if I told you this. I'm taking YN out of my vocabulary. That's a way of giving white people the pass of saying the N-word without saying it. Because I heard a white person say that, and I was like, yeah, I'm not saying that anymore. But I get you. All right, let's play some more. Because like I said, I ain't gonna lie. For Carmelo Anthony, I was just like, this is crazy, man. Like,
and I did want to.
How long is this video, Scott?
It's a little bit more left. It's not that long.
I got about like another 15 minutes before I gotta go somewhere.
Oh yeah, it'll be done before 15 minutes.
Are we opening the panel? I did want to ask that because I didn't drop the link on my side. If anybody wants.
If you want to, we could drop.
I dropped the link because Tony asked for it.
No, we're not doing that.
Okay, well there you go, Tony.
We're not doing it.
Okay, good.
We're not doing that. We're not letting non-black people up here, you know what I mean, to talk about this issue. We done already did that, man. We know y'all don't like us. We're not doing that. The closest we'll get to that is letting Coon VO up here. We'll let Coon VO up here. Like, I'll take it from black people. I'm not going to take it from non-blacks because I already know what y'all going to say. Carmelo was a thug. This is not about race. Why are we making it about race? Like, tell that to the dad that did a 3-hour live. A 3-hour live.
I heard Carmelo's the first felon in his family. That must be an accomplishment.
Yeah, I'm gonna play that after this. By the time you get up out of here, Marky, I'm gonna play that clip and react to it, and then we'll go ahead and drop the link. But yeah, we'll definitely open it up because we only got a little bit left of this. So let's go.
Prosecutors say Anthony had previously been accused of stealing his girlfriend's phone, and in October 2024 wrote a to-do list for his girlfriend about how to deal with, quote, weirdos, which included the line, say some slick like my boyfriend kill people. There are also text messages where he admits on at least 2 occasions to punching girls in the face. Prosecutors also found text messages from 2021.
I think these young kids, black and white, are giving new meaning to don't mess with Texas. All the women get out of Texas right now. Hide the kids, hide the wife. Like, what is going on here?
Golly.
Between Anthony and another
what was that? Hold on.
Student about robbing someone of $300. There were also text messages where Anthony talks about a fight and punching someone so hard he had to stop fighting. In 2023, prosecutors say Anthony told a friend he was going to vandalize someone's house in Austin, saying, quote, I just feel like it. I got a grudge. In 2021, Anthony told a friend he had been suspended from school for 3 days for fighting, saying, quote, they said next time I do some, I get recommended for expulsion. In a text conversation.
Now, that was the prosecution going back to his text messages from 2023 and saying, like, why did the fight make it there? Like a regular fight of him getting suspended.
Well, it's they're bringing up his history, a history of violence.
Both of them were violent.
Yes. So, but he said he got into a fight and he got suspended, and I don't feel like that was like. If you look at the Metcalf stuff, there was clear indications of bullying. Like they used specific language, like he was bullying, like he was the aggressor. This is just a regular, like, mutual combat fight, potentially, right? I don't understand why the defense team would get scared.
You missing the part where they said if you get in trouble again,
if you get in trouble again,
you get expelled. You missed that part. That means, because I got in fights when I was in middle school and grammar school and all that stuff. I never got to the point where it's like they were threatening to kick me out of school. That means you're a problem child.
No, but they have zero tolerance now. They don't be tolerating fights now. It's cool.
In public school?
Yeah.
I don't believe that.
I'm telling you, some places got zero tolerance for it.
With a friend in 2023, prosecutors have messages from Anthony where he wrote, I'm a shoot the school up tomorrow with my blick, but later sends messages saying I would never actually do that.
That's what I meant by tongue in cheek.
Yeah, but this just gives the impression of like a dumb, like 16, 17-year-old kid. Like a really, 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 really dumb 16 or 17-year-old kid. Because that's not something to joke about.
I can't excuse the threats of violence specifically towards women. What was going on with Carmelo that was on his mind, though? And then the controlling nature that he was towards the girlfriend, I can see why she got away from him. Of course she should have. She did the right thing. So, I mean, unfortunately, Scholar, that is going to be a point that I am going to stick a pin in on that. As a woman, as a Black woman, as somebody that he would have been targeting if I was a girl in school too, I'm putting a pin in that one.
Man, he would have stole on you. It's a shame.
All right.
Nah, Kennedy's one of my top.
And it's a shame, Scott, because I get the I understand the gentleman's agreement more now, because you look at George Floyd. George Floyd got murdered. A man kneeled on his neck for almost 10 minutes. Excuse me. Unalived. Man kneeled on his neck for 10 minutes. And then what did we hear about after all of that? This is a terrible human being. You see, this is who Black people advocate for. He's a felon. He robbed a pregnant lady, which is all horrible. But that don't excuse what happened to him. So I get it. They would have painted him up and down as the creep he probably was.
But they do that anyway. It wouldn't have been no different. That's why I don't understand what the fear tactic was. They're gonna do that anyway. You remember Trayvon Martin?
Yep.
They painted him as the bad person and George Zimmerman as the hero. I just seen Megyn Kelly report on these same text messages. And see, this is why we lose. I'm gonna just be honest with you as Black people. That's why we lose, Candy Cane and Marky Dan, because we have a real moral compass, and we will call out wrongdoing, no matter what the skin tone is. They will ignore it. They look at it as a victory for them. So Megyn Kelly was up there talking about the text messages released, and she only talked about Carmelo Anthony and painted him out as a villain. But it's like, but you already painted him as a villain. Why are you doing an update to an already established villain in your book? Like, and you know, she was just like, Megyn Kelly was like, George Zimmerman wasn't doing, excuse me, George Zimmerman. Might as well be George Zimmerman. But she was like, that Metcalf wasn't doing anything but minding his business, and he was unalived. And you're like, you couldn't possibly believe this. That man definitely put himself in harm's way. He approached him. He has a history of violence. The text messages proved it. Like, if anything, Megyn Kelly should have just shut up, but she's so used to that Fox News spinning the narrative type of stuff. So that's why she had her Fox News guns loaded and ready to, you know, shoot this narrative out.
I mean, I hear what you're saying, but even in the example you're showing, it's showing both sides of it. Both sides of these two boys had a very checkered, very sketchy past, and I'm glad to have a much more fuller picture now. I mean, it doesn't help me or him or anybody right now, but at least this is some relevant information to me.
Because you have that's what I'm trying to say, Kenny, because you have a moral compass, and you're gonna really judge it down the middle. They will never do that. Black person's guilty until proven innocent. And at the point that he's proven innocent, he's still gonna be guilty. And that's how that goes. Right? Like, they still talk stuff about Trayvon Martin, right? Try to paint him out as a thug. And he was around the same age as Carmelo Anthony. He didn't have this type of checker past, no text messages or anything. You know, his parents were split up, but they were still co-parenting. He have image-wise, he had a loving father, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. And it's just like, they still paint him out as a villain. And it's because white people, they understand what these dog whistles, they understand what this represents. This guy represents the face of white supremacy. He represents a victory for them. And he's not shy about it. He's talking about doing marches. Look at the networks that he's going on. Look at the stuff that he's saying. He talks about the problem in the Black community. Like, wait a minute. What about the problem I just had this conversation with Pittsburgh T. Like, white people are so crazy to me because they will talk about the nuclear family. Meanwhile, the party that's spouting this nuclear family stuff is leading in divorces, keep creating broken homes, but never wants to address it. The number one people that go to jail for the PDF crimes, but never address it. Meanwhile, wagging their finger and telling Black people what they need to do and what they need to be. Like, that's insane to me.
The 2024 text thread, prosecutors say Anthony admitted to carrying a firearm, telling a friend before a party that he would have the gun in my pocket. There are other message threads where Anthony also mentions carrying a gun. After numerous suspensions for fighting while attending school in Louisiana, there are messages between Anthony and his girlfriend after he moved to Frisco. In one message thread, she suggests he should sit for a while, and he replied, "Yeah, and punch people, maybe run sometimes. I have to. It's like a priority for me. I like punching people. When I get mad..."
That's what I mean by tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah, that sounds like a joke.
No, that sounds like a person that's trying to prove that he's tough. Yeah, I like to punch people. You know, my metabolism kick in. I just get so angry, man. And then just like, he sounds like you said, Kenny, anime watching, you know, think NBA YoungBoy could beat up everybody in the world, even kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the problem is he was acting on it. Like, it's one thing to just be huffing and puffing with your chest out, but the second part to all of this is he was actually doing some of it.
Isn't it alleged? Did they ever confirm it?
No, they just said he was in fights. Rewind it.
Yeah, didn't they say?
I'm talking about the abuse to the girl. Like, how do they know? They just got
didn't they say he punched two girls? Didn't they say that was confirmed and documented?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
I thought that's what I heard.
I heard that he said it. I don't know if he actually did it. I can't tell you that. I'm like, there's a lot of information coming at once. I'm trying to absorb.
That's a good point that they just made. They said in 2003. I didn't even think about that. He was 15 years old. shit 14, right? Because he's 17 now, or 26. So he was even younger and dumber then, in my opinion.
Probably.
Hey,
That frontal
Selena,
lobe don't
Selena.
develop till
Hey.
till what, 25?
I mean, we have laws in place that account for culpable state of a juvenile or minor and stuff like that. So, going by the law, he's stupid and young and can't make decisions for himself. But what's good, sister? What's your opinion on this? Have you changed it? Are you still writing?
I'm trying to be. I've always been balanced with with my opinion. And most, I would say, from the Black community, I would get kind of like, rebuked in a lot of different ways because I still, heart still goes out to the family that lost their son, even though he was reported being a bully and whatever. I still feel like nobody's life should be taken, but at the same time, I do understand systematic racism and how in the court system they're likely, especially with Black boys, likely to throw them in jail and throw away the key, that kind of thing. So I do understand that. But I also, with me working in the school system, I'm taking a break right now, but I'm going back in January. I have dealt with all types of kids, and what I will say because I work in a school district that has I would say, majority African American young men and young women. And these kids, this generation, they're mad disrespectful. And I work in the school system where I'm in the suburbs. So there's like suburb kids coming to school trying to act like thugs, trying to do the most, and they are so disrespectful to the teachers. They're disrespectful to the whole staff. They have a sense of entitlement. They come off as if they're just angry with everything and everybody. I mean, you can't even be respectful and talk to them like they got sense, and then they get an attitude and start flipping out at the mouth. I'm a millennial, so back when I was going to school, if we would even think about getting an attitude or doing anything in class and they threaten to say that they're going to call our parents, like, we would get it straight. Like, and some of us wouldn't even try it because we understood the authority and the respect that that adults had to have. They were in the administration, our teachers and things, our principal, we all had to, respect them. So I don't know. This generation is really different to me. I really don't like a lot of them, and it kind of made me second guess me still furthering my educational career because it is very stressful. Not only as teachers, we're teaching for a standardized, test that these kids have to take. We're not teaching for them to learn. We're teaching for them to pass a test. And then on top of that, we got to deal with so much discipline that we don't even have time to teach children, because of the discipline, the lack of discipline these kids have. And they come from homes. Some of them come from good homes, some of them don't, but they still come with that same type of attitude. Like, I'm going to do what I want to do. Forget you, forget the authority, forget anything. And so when I see this young man, I see, of course, at 16, 15, we're always, very immature for the most part. He probably comes from a home where they probably have given him everything that he's wanted, and the same with the other family. And these kids, they just don't know how to have conflict resolution. They don't know how to walk away. They're so combative. And this is for all. This is not just for Black. This is for white. This is for all kids in this generation. They got some issues. A lot of them have mental issues because they are stuck on their iPad and on that laptop and on TV. They don't even, they in these games that they play, they're just delusional. And they think the world owes them something. So, I mean, I know I got to veer away a little bit from the Carmelo Anthony situation, but it all goes back to the generation that we are dealing with. These kids are really disturbed.
I agree. I agree I agree. But I will say this. When this first happened, um, I guess black people can't help but to see both sides. That's why I say this. Why we gonna always lose, right? Because we do have a real moral compass. That's kind of what the civil rights movement was about. Treat us civilly. You know what I mean? We people, we believe, we God fearing people. We go to church. Treat us civil. And we take that approach and apply it to everything. Because with George Zimmerman, they didn't care about his character. They didn't care that he was abusive to his wife. They didn't care about anything because they understand. They understand symbolism. They understand propaganda. They understand what this stuff means for them. It means that you can still be white and be privileged in America, and they understand all that, so they don't care about anything else. But us, we always try to see both sides. We try to see it down the middle,
Do you think we try to, or do you think that we've been programmed that way? Because
program.
you have to keep in mind, as minorities, we have never had the luxury of only seeing the world from our own point of view. We've always had to look at it from all sides because that's what we're being like judged from. I know I'm not getting this out the way that I want to, but there's a difference when you are the majority. You can see it from your lens. You can like think about how even in standardized testing, the world is set up for the majority view. Like we are considered subsets. So we've always had to look at it from from a wider lens than just a narrow-minded space. That's that's programming. That's by design. It's from birth.
I feel what you're saying, sis. At this, I mean, I don't know. That's just a great point. You and the sis who you and the sister who's a teacher. Y'all make great points, and I kind of feel like hearing this information, even if like these two young men hadn't met that day, at some point in the future, something would have happened concerning Carmelo Anthony, where he might have wound himself up in a different type of incident involving the law. Same thing with Austin Metcalf. When you hear the history of violence against women for both of them, when you hear the history of bullying and just the levels of disrespect, there's no doubt about that. And like hearing this new information, it gives me a new perspective on both young men. I still stand by the fact that I don't believe he should have been convicted of murder. Under Texas's statute for manslaughter, yes, he could have probably been convicted of that because all you need is I don't think you even well, I don't even remember what exactly the standard is, but it's like you had to act recklessly that led to a person's death. It doesn't matter if it was even in a self-defense type of
Negligence.
yeah, it could. I gotta find it, but
It's criminal
I
negligence.
still don't. I gotta find this, scholar. I remember they were talking about it on court TV, and I can't think of it off the top of my head. You might be right, but I still feel that Austin, just looking through the lens of a lawyer and looking through it through the lenses of a defense team, Austin Metcalf was physically bigger than this young man. This young man, Carmelo Anthony, had epilepsy. Carmelo Anthony was by himself. He was essentially surrounded by a bunch of football players and track athletes who were being aggressive and telling him to get the F out of here. And this young man was warned not to touch him. I just feel like there's a clear self-defense case, but hearing this new stuff, I'm not gonna lie to you, Scholar. I have my level of sympathy is it's kind of lessened. I still feel like it's messed up the fact that I mean, calm yourself. I still feel like it's messed up the fact that George Zimmerman can do the exact same thing and get off. What's the guy named Rick Chow in South Carolina could follow a young black man like 3 blocks and then shoot him in the back and get off. You had an incident.
Yeah, you ain't got the complexion for the protection or the connection to get up out of this kind of stuff. This is perfect for us for them to backhand and slap us around with.
In Florida where some guy in a movie theater was just throwing popcorn and an off-duty police officer shot him dead and he got off. I still think that the system is not fair. I still don't think that the young man should have been convicted of murder. But at the same time, this dude was an effing creep. He just was.
Mark it in.
He was a creep.
Hold on. We have a creep in the White House, mark it in. And this is not me doing
hold on, Scott. I don't care, but I don't defend the creep in the White House.
But that's what I'm saying. Character never
Nobody should feel sympathy for those people.
Hold on. Character never matters for them. It only matters for us. So we're playing a game where we're losing. Candy posed the question that she posed a while ago. And I think it should be a defense mechanism that, during Jim Crow, we would get convicted of crimes that we did not commit and judged by an all-right jury who already had their mind made up. You would think as a defense mechanism, we would start to look at stuff the way they do, because we assimilated to capitalism pretty smoothly, right? Like black people now think like white people in terms of everything has a price, everything must go, capitalism amongst all. So we assimilated to that, but we didn't assimilate to looking at them how they look at us. That's insane to me.
I hear what you're saying. Absolutely, I hear what you're saying. But still, I'm just letting it be known. I don't have a for guys that and even if he's a young man, for guys that have that type of tendency to steal off on women, to stalk women, to talk about that he might do something to this young lady and she wasn't fair for her own safety. I just have a certain level of
morals, and that's good. But that's good, Mark.
But at the same time, it's my level of caring for that human being. I looked at him like he was he could have been one of my friends when I was growing up.
He still could have.
I don't look at him like that anymore.
You don't know what your friends is doing in a private. We just know because of the text messages.
I mean, I think I could safely say no, because I knew a couple of dudes who were like that, and I made sure that they
But you never know, because they wouldn't expose it, right? Unless they just couldn't control themselves. And there's a possibility that that's a friend that you have that's doing stuff like this, but you don't know.
But you're my friend though, Scholar. I think I could say with a certain level of certainty that there's certain things I cannot ascribe to you at all whatsoever.
Yeah,
he's saying he ain't got no degenerate friends. I know my friend's character.
There you go.
I get it. But what I'm saying is this, Marky Dan, you're right. And listen, I'm not saying you're wrong. I agree with what y'all are doing, and y'all calling out bad behavior. That needs to be a thing. But we're always told to be accountable for the worst of ours. Meanwhile, they're never accountable for theirs. And if we keep playing that game with them setting the rules and them type of rules, we're gonna always lose. That's all I'm saying. Right?
I have said from the very beginning, I felt like because a life was lost, Carmelo should have had some punishment, right? That's been my stance from the beginning. I never felt like he should get off completely scot-free. This was never black man takes down whitey for me. I didn't even like that people were trying to use these boys in their altercation as some sort of pseudo fight. Like it was like they looked at these boys like they would look at playing Mortal Kombat or some crap like that.
Right.
I didn't like how they used them as stand-ins. But I will say, to me, I think number one, he shouldn't have had a knife. And the question was deadly force necessary? I don't know that I would say deadly force was necessary, which is why I said he should have been punished. As somebody who is a CCL carrier and has gone through training to understand when you can use deadly force and when you probably shouldn't, with that sort of background and mindset, I'm going to say I do feel like there was some punishment necessary. 30 years? I don't know. I don't see 30 years here, but both of these boys sound like they were kind of ticking time bombs, and that's the problem.
I'm looking at one second. I'm looking at the manslaughter charge now. If the jury did not convict him of murder, they had the option to convict him of manslaughter. Manslaughter, the standard for that in Texas is if they found that he lacked the purposeful intent to murder, but acted recklessly by bringing out and using a deadly weapon. So I think that would have been fair. That probably would have been like a 5-year sentence. I don't agree with him getting 3 decades of his life taken away.
Please allow me to say this, and peace to the whole panel. I really want to address the elephant in the room, which is why, as African Americans, are we continuing to choose to stay in a country that is admittedly unfair to us?
Is there a country out there that would be more fair that you know of?
Yeah, who like
Yeah,
the
let me
whole
ask
Because
you.
world
even on the
doesn't
Here
like.
we go.
continent,
Here come
Let me,
no,
Marcus
I'm not even
Garvey.
trying to be funny. I'm not even trying to
let
be
me answer
funny,
you.
but
Let me answer you.
before you go,
All
I
right,
am
go
going to
ahead.
let you answer, but let me just finish the thought. Even on the continent of Africa right now, you have the Chinese in charge. You have white people in South Africa in charge. So where is a safe place where black people will be treated fairly? Please tell me.
Yeah, and actually, I was going to address that. If you compare African Americans in the U.S. to African Americans living in Ghana or African Americans living in South Africa or Kenya or Ethiopia or Togo, etc., African Americans, the average African American living in Africa has a higher standard of living than the average African American living in the US. The average African American living in the Caribbean has a higher standard of living than the average African American living in the US. Now, I land my plane with this. Right now, y'all know, well, some of y'all might know, I live in the Caribbean. I got real estate in
Where you
independent
live?
Caribbean. Well, that's what I was about to tell you, brother.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
I have real estate in independent Caribbean nations such as the Bahamas, Barbados, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and also in U.S. territories such as St. Croix and in Puerto Rico.
You on St. Croix?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'm on St. Croix too. I'm born and bred here.
All right. So that's what I was literally about to address. We're not dealing with the school to prison pipeline in the Caribbean or in Africa. We're not dealing, there's no equivalent to Nolan Wells in the Caribbean or in Africa. There's no equivalent to George Floyd in the Caribbean or in Africa. There's no medical apartheid that we are experiencing. And I say this in closing, really, because I feel like I'm being very long-winded. When we as African Americans take our US dollars to the Caribbean, Southeast Asia, and Africa, we are essentially increasing our standard of living and becoming a model minority comparable to Asians in the US. So yeah, we have options.
Okay, well, let me slow you down for a second then, because if that's the case, then why did 300 girls, children, get taken by tribes? Like, you're saying it's better, but better for whom? Because I
For
have a
African
double
Americans. It's better for African Americans. Those 300, respectfully, they were not African Americans. I'm just speaking about us right now.
So you think as an African American, I'm going to be treated better in Africa than the people that live there
I don't have to
on
think.
the continent?
I don't have to think. I know. We have a higher status because we're coming with that US dollar. That's a fact.
You know that they're killing us over there too, though, right?
Not as much in the US. Matter of fact, I can't name. Well, go ahead.
I can tell you a story that I just, in fact, not even a whole 2 years ago, was listening to, of a woman took her behind over there on some, I'm going to buy property, I'm going to build this space in Africa, ran into some man that she ended up dating, and what happened? He ended up taking her out and taking her land.
So, Candy, let me ask you a question. Is it more African Americans being killed in the US or in Africa?
I don't keep up with their stats, so I cannot accurately answer that.
Well, I can tell you, I can tell you emphatically, it's more African Americans literally being killed in the U.S. And to be honest, I'm not even trying to convince you at all. But what I realize is African Americans will continuously choose to stay in the U.S. where they are subjugated, where they are the bottom caste. They will continue to complain about it, but they won't leave. The U.S. is the equivalent to a man that has great, I'm going to say the word great members of your family, kidnap members of your family, giving your money to other women, other men, let foreigners sleep in the master bedroom in your house while you sleep on the floor in the backyard outside. And for some reason, the African American, like a battered spouse, says, but I still love you. I'm going to stay with you. I'm still loyal to you. I don't know why.
Well, let me say this. I just seen a person the other day that was talking about traveling. And when you first start to travel to other countries, you always see how much better they are than your country, right? But then you ask the people who has actually lived there for years and you realize it's no different. There's going to be politics. Black is universally bad. You could say the N-word in virtually every country. There's a form of saying the N-word. They have colorism within their own race. Like, bro, there's no safe haven other than Africa. But Black people don't even want to associate with Africa and say that they're African. But You know, even Africa got its problems with that type of stuff. You know, they're going through like they look at people like Elon Musk as their savior and stuff. They don't even want to be brutal to those people, and those people have showed that they don't care about them. You know, as far as what you call it, help me out, Marky Dan. Well, I'm having a brain for it.
Say that again. What you said?
Southern Africa. What is the stuff that what's their version of Jim Crow again? Having a brain for it. Apartheid. Thank you. But even with apartheid, it's created a lot of them that have Stockholm syndrome. But I wanted to show y'all this before I show the rest of the text messages. Let me show y'all this. So this is what I mean. This is what I mean when I see it in the reverse, right? So check this out. So there was a stabbing that's not going to make news because it's indefensible, and they already had like the jury was really fast and specific on this one. Thank God there was a camera. Thank God we're in a surveillance country, because they would have picked up on this and just rode with this person being innocent. But check this out.
No charges will be filed in the deadly stabbing of a Syracuse teenager last month. Tonight, we are seeing the video that apparently helped a grand jury come to that decision, according to the DA. News Channel 9's Victoria Kellogg hears from both the district attorney and the victim's mother, who sees those final moments very differently.
I am angry, and I'm thinking of revenge at this time.
The mother of 17-year-old Kevin Kuzo reacting after learning the 18-year-old who fatally stabbed her son will not face any charges. District Attorney Bill Fitzpatrick saying a grand jury found 18-year-old Israel Pam acted in self-defense.
It is not justice, because of the fact is they're trying to say that it's a self-defense matter. When Israel has stabbed my son did not have the gun in his hand at that point in time.
And these are some individuals.
Tuesday morning, the DA walking us through the same surveillance video shown to the grand jury, showing Kuzo heading towards Pam, and the two begin to fight. Video shows Kuzo dropping the gun twice.
Another white.
Wait. So you walked up on him with a gun in your hand and you started fighting?
Try to pistol whip him.
Oh man, yes. You stupid. That was dumb.
And messed around and found out. So here we go.
Then Pam pulls a knife. After the stabbing, Pam calls 911 on himself, telling police he had just stabbed someone.
When is this going to stop? This is about as senseless and stupid an incident as you can have that's tragically resulted in the loss of life.
The argument that sparked this violence goes back to last summer's deadly shooting at the Onondaga Park pool. Some believed Pam was somehow involved in that shooting. DA Fitzpatrick says evidence says otherwise.
There's no indication that we have that Mr. Pam had any involvement in that case, had any knowledge of that case, nor do we have any indication that he was part of any gang that may have been involved in that incident.
While the grand jurors saw the events leading up to the stabbing, they did not see the whole video. And this is where the video stops, before the stabbing. Kuzo's mom says that's where the story changes and her reasoning to continue to fight.
Yes, the video that the grand jury has seen is a self-defense, but the video that they should have seen of my son getting stabbed in the neck without a weapon, that is cold-blue murder.
Believing that the missing graphic video should go before a grand jury again, saying she'll keep pushing until it does. At Washington Square Park, Victoria Kellogg, News Channel 9.
Man, that broad is slow. She's slow. You can't incite a situation and then get mad when your son get the consequences.
Yo, that's the same thing with Carmelo Anthony. He approached and pushed. So this is why I disagree with you, Kenny. When you said earlier you felt like there should have been some type of repercussions, only because we've seen the complete opposite and nobody bat an eye. Like I keep going to George Zimmerman, right? Nobody bats an eye. Like nobody was like, well, you know, no people that defended George Zimmerman or made him a millionaire said, well, he should get something. They wanted him to be completely free of any responsibility. Why would we do anything different for a young kid? You know what I mean? A young black kid. I'm just saying, like we never gonna win until we start thinking.
But see, I thought Zimmerman should have, I'm not one of them people who would have defended Zimmerman. I got equal rights and equal lefts to go around. Like that, and I hear what you're saying. That's part of black people's problems, is we're gonna see the duality, the balance. We're going to look at it from both sides and see the wrongs where they're ignoring it. I mean, even in this case, like this lady's talking about like her son and self-defense, and at this point he didn't have a weapon. You got to be one hell of a dummy to bring a gun to a knife fight and lose.
But I'm gonna ask y'all, do y'all ever, in your estimation, think white people will ever treat you fairly?
I mean, as a whole, no. The society,
Okay,
no.
so let me ask you, what's the point in staying in the house that they control?
You got to consider though, like I hear you,
But can anyone
African
answer
Pam
that?
Mulatto, I hear you.
Yeah,
But
go
do
ahead.
you think the average black person can afford to just up and move their entire family out of this country?
It's cheaper to live overseas.
Most
With the
people don't
US
even
dollar.
have passports. What you talking about?
So, but why hasn't it been done? Like I hear they've been
It's
talking
being
about this
done.
stuff since the 70s.
It's being done. Hold on. With all due respect, you're wrong. It's been African Americans leaving the U.S. since before the 70s, and our numbers overseas are only increasing. The number of, and I'm not about to preach to you, I'm going to just give a couple of examples. The number of African Americans in Ghana is rapidly increasing. The number of African Americans in Kenya, the Philippines, Vietnam, Brazil, et cetera, is rapidly increasing. So it's already taking place. So back to the question I asked, what's the point in staying in the house that the whites control, knowing that they won't treat you fairly? That's all I'm asking.
Well, I can answer that. Just tell me this. Where's your current location?
Oh, right now I'm in Puerto Rico.
Okay, so is it working out good overseas? Do you stay there or do you stay in America?
No, I don't even visit the U.S. anymore. I live in throughout mainly I'm bouncing back and forth between Bahamas and Puerto Rico, but I got real estate in a number of different nations.
So, but you're living testimony. So when Candy asked earlier, where could we go? This is speaking for the lost Negro. This is speaking for me. Where could we get up and go to? Because I mean, it's really hard to detach from the system. You remember the Matrix when they had that cord in the back of their neck? It's really, really more difficult than it's easier said than done. So
I'm gonna
where's
tell
the
you what I
place?
suggest. Yeah, really, and I'm glad you asked me this. And I'm gonna just boil it down to really 4 particular nations. And if I think of another one, I'll name that one too. But offhand, I would say number 1, Puerto Rico. Why? It's a U.S. territory. You don't even need a passport to come down here. We use the U.S. dollar already. Number 2, the U.S. Virgin Islands, which includes St. Croix. Once again, very affordable. Very affordable real estate. Just like there's very affordable real estate in Puerto Rico. And once again, you don't need a passport to come down here. We operate off the U.S. dollar. Additionally, Ghana and Benin. The reason I suggest these two is because Ghana has a right to abode, meaning if you're African American, you can literally go to Ghana without a visa and stay indefinitely. Now, the process to get citizenship is a little more difficult, but it's a pathway. And the final one,
they got a process like Israel, where essentially like it's a right of return if you have like a genetic ties to Ghana and West Africa.
And the last one I'm gonna name is Benin for the same exact reason, but their pathway to citizenship. Their pathway to citizenship is a little bit more direct. I put the website where you can apply for Benin citizenship in the back chat. But that's what I would suggest.
I have a part 2 to that question. Now that you done named how it's good for black people, I need you to go back and tell me which one of those countries, or name the countries that also is going to include women in that, not just black people.
All of them. All of them.
No. Okay. What I mean by that is there's a lot of countries like Ghana. You think that Ghana has the same rights for women that we have here, rights for women?
Name some rights that they lacking. Name the rights that they lacking.
Well, knowing some of the Ghanaian people, knowing some families that are from Ghana and how they operate, there's I'm not going to say it's rights to be taken away, but I'm going to say that there are social structures there, right, that exist that don't exist here. In the fact that there's pressures to the family, there's expectations that some of these women have to live under, like the aunties and whatnot can come over and whoop your behind if you get into an argument with your husband. I wish your auntie would show up at my doorstep. You know what's gonna happen? Blah.
I don't know why you're talking about killing black people and shooting black people. Really. Right now, we're talking about a place that African Americans.
I am talking.
Let me complete.
I am talking safety for women as well, though.
That's my point. Allow me
Well,
to complete the sentence. I'm gonna pass you the mic. What I'm saying is, the nations I mentioned, not only can African Americans move there and be safe and successful, they're already doing it. The proof is in the pudding. And in closing, just Google African Americans living in Ghana, African Americans living in Bahamas, African Americans living in Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands, and just see how they living. We having things. We don't got no problems. Y'all, respectfully, in the U.S., y'all are the ones with the problems.
Particularly
that with love.
down here in the Virgin Islands, women run this place. That's a fact. The men are not.
Damn, I'm gonna drive down and come back. I can't hear who's talking. I'll be right back.
Yeah, but the men are just not on the same level. Like the men, they want to be construction workers. They want to be engineers. They want to be hands-on type of guys. The women down here, they're lawyers. They're real estate brokers. They're goddamn they're lawmakers. We right now currently in the St. Croix and St. Thomas legislature, we have majority women for the first time in history in both. We're about to have our first woman governor in Stacey Plaskett. The women have been running this territory for a very long time.
But wait a minute.
I can speak to that in places like Anguilla, Trinidad.
Yeah. Look, she don't know about Fredericksburg.
Wait a minute.
She don't know about Christian.
I wasn't done, but all right, go ahead.
So here's the thing. I just recently had a conversation with somebody who's from the Caribbean who explained that the reason the women have all of these accolades and degrees and all of this stuff is because the country really doesn't care about the women like that. They will push them out there younger.
What?
Wait, let me finish. I'll give it back to you to speak on it. What they basically said was they kick their girls out young, early, like push them out there to the world, and they got to go survive. So they have to have educations. They have to be smart. They have to be equipped to get out there and take care of
them. So they don't care about their women, so they put them in power?
Hold on a second. That's not
There's
true.
no difference in America.
That's not true at all. The men down here, or excuse me, the families down here in general, we don't play about our girl children at all whatsoever. It's not push them out to the world and they gotta survive. They're well protected and they have a great environment to grow up in. And
I don't know.
And their education is what I was. Hold on, just one more point. Their education is prioritized way more than the boys' education. That's a simple fact of what I've seen.
Okay, we gotta.
I grew up with a Grenadian mother and a Grenadian grandmother. I thank God for both of them because they didn't apply that to me. It was ass whoopings every single day and night, equally for me and my sister. When it came to our education, it wasn't a game.
Okay,
I'll just say that. Go ahead.
We got hold on. Let the sister speak. She ain't said nothing. Go ahead.
My bad. Go ahead.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Go ahead.
Yes, we hear you.
I'm with brother. Let's get out of here. I'm with you, bro. I am with. What, did he leave? I'm with him. We need
nice
to get
all you need is a driver's license to get down here.
Well, I am so for it. I have told.
Right?
Yeah.
St. Croix is a U.S. territory, so it's St. Thomas, I believe, too, right?
Yeah.
St. Thomas, St. John, St. Croix.
How are y'all selling getting out of the U.S. with U.S. territories? Like, isn't it like it's part of the U.S.?
Because it's majority black. You're not the minority there.
Exactly.
So why are you going out running the country?
You could go to Atlanta for that.
Atlanta is gentrified.
That's different. That's different because it's a difference. It's a difference between you gotta realize that a lot of the folks in charge in Atlanta is where we saw the N words for Trump. So a lot of the people in Atlanta have this, how would I say it?
Be
they
careful
have they got a conquer mindset already.
I'm in Atlanta. Thank you very much for talking down about Atlanta. Where do you stay at, by the way? Travel in my business.
Oh, Texas. I stay in Texas. Horrible place, Texas. But that's where I'm at.
And I'm going to be honest with you. I've traveled abroad too, right? Military, Navy guy. I've been to Italy. I've been to Spain. I've been to Israel. I've been to Malta, Ismail. I've been to Africa, Djibouti. I've been to a lot of different spots, right? One of the biggest, because my uncle wanted to move out there to Africa too. He was talking about he wants to stay out there for good, this, that, and the other, until he saw the infrastructure deficits, right? And keep in mind, they're not a first world country. And then, like, if you live in some of the city areas, you can find some pretty good opportunity there, and maybe a decent living. But anything outside of that, though, could be some cultural adjustments, right, too, that we both kind of saw. So that's one of my big standstills about basically moving to Ghana. Now, St. Croix is an unincorporated U.S. territory. Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory. Feel free to move there. Just saying.
Say that again. I couldn't hear you.
Croix
I heard what you said. St. Croix and
Puerto Rico are U.S. territories. If you want to move to those, feel free to. I mean, it's still U.S., right? Still get the same benefits.
Yeah.
But if you talk about like second world countries, developing world countries, I'm not sure if like I'm ex-military. Of course, I know how to set up a tent, MRE, and just kind of live off the land if I need to. But most Americans, they just ain't ready for that.
We too spoiled.
First world country, yeah.
Not only that, like St. Croix, Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, we have an insurance policy with the fact that we are tied to the U.S. So a lot of different places, when they have natural disasters, they're screwed, and they're screwed for decades. When a hurricane or an earthquake hits, we get FEMA dollars. We get repaired.
Didn't Puerto Rico
quickly.
get screwed though?
So
exactly, bro.
Trump called that place a
Hold on a second. They're not as screwed as Dominica. Okay, Dominica is
well, that's debatable. That's debatable. Let me say this. I'm in Puerto Rico right now, in the capital city of San Juan. We're dealing with water rationing, meaning 2 days out the week, literally your house ain't gonna have no water, no running water. That's a fact.
Yo,
in Dominica right now, they're not dealing with that.
I think I speak for every black middle class person when I say, now, Master treats me nice. He keeps my water running. Because I ain't finna go nowhere. I got to be rationing out no damn water.
I can't speak on that because on St. Croix, we have cisterns. We don't do public water over here. So if rain hits the roof, that's what you got. And you can take the water from the sea and you got distillations. So I don't got to worry about that. I don't know what they got going on in Puerto Rico.
But just to bring everything back home, this is what I realized, man. I mean, as an African American, you have two choices. You can either stay in the U.S. and complain about how the Caucasians treat you, really mistreat you, or you can leave and find somewhere better.
I agree. I ain't lying. I agree.
Yeah.
I just got to get my husband on board, but I agree.
You can get you a nice piece of land down here.
I've been trying to make the moves to be family nurse practitioner via internet or at home, so that I can move and work from home. And like that was like one of my main goals, so that if we needed to get up out of here, we could get up out of here. Yes.
To y'all blacks that's leaving the plantation, me and you must never part at the that, because that's crazy. Look, I ain't gonna lie, I wish I had the balls to. I can't do it. I can't go on uncertainty. I'd rather deal with the beast that I know and fight. Like somebody put in the chat, what if MLK had went to Ghana? That's a fact. History would be completely different. Like, I don't know. I don't know that I
not to cut you off, Chef.
The thing is, though, it's so aggressive and so tense right now that it's just not a place that mental health of the kids and the kids coming up, like, stuff is just happening in reverse. It's not getting better. You would think at this point in time, 60 years after MLK's death, that we would have, MLK and 60 years after Malcolm X, we would have a different outlook in this country. But it's the same thing going on. And what's gotten worse is that, even these other people coming here, the immigrants coming here, are taking on the ideologies and giving us the same grief. And it's just like, and their numbers are growing while we are kind of becoming more of a minority.
That's always been that way. Like going back to the Asians and how they used to talk about black people and saying, why do you need assistance? We built Chinatowns in San Francisco and New York. All are just always looking for a handout. That's always been the way it is. I'm not surprised when some big black dude from Nigeria comes over and calls black people lazy and says, why aren't y'all able to accumulate wealth the same way I did? And they don't know all the historical intricacies and the way how the system tried to hold black people down. And a lot of them don't care.
And plus, if you ever go to their countries, you find out they far worse off than we are here. You know what I'm saying? You go back to their homelands. Remember, they came here, you know what I'm saying, because they were looking for more opportunity. We didn't go there looking for their opportunity. So, you know what I'm saying, you write our civil rights, you know what I'm saying, at least show us some respect, right? So that's a whole nother conversation in general.
Mm-hmm.
Yo,
But
those Asian people. Look, this is crazy. White people teamed up with Asian people to get rid of affirmative action because they thought it was going to hurt us. But the same stuff, all them same grits and collard greens and ingredients that make us, you know, we persevere. So it affected them negatively whenever they got rid of affirmative action, not us. Right. And it just go like this is what I was trying to tell Pittsburgh Titus the other day. All this nuclear family, all that stuff is propaganda by white people to make black people always be on the defense about their blackness, right? We always, like I said, we always guilty until proven innocent, and then the moment we're proven innocent, we feel guilty. It don't make any sense to me. Like with the I don't know if y'all have been here, the two new panelists, but I was showing the clips of Carmelo Anthony and his behavior towards his girlfriend and stuff like that, and I was like, you know, like it didn't change my opinion about this case. I don't think he should have got any charges. It didn't change anything. Like, do I think he might be a creep? Yeah. I mean, age has to come in a factor too, right? Like some people have did and said stupid stuff at 15 and 14 years old and stuff like that. But you got to take that into account too as well. But I don't think anything should have happened to him. I think he should have got his walking papers. Like that lady, that white lady that we just showed, wanted for her son, we should want that for our sons and daughters, right? That's what I think, in my personal opinion.
No, I was going to take it back to the affirmative action thing, right? The reason why they got rid of affirmative action really wasn't for us as black people. We weren't their target. It was women. You know, black men use, let's say, educational affirmative action about 9-10% at Harvard, right? Puerto Ricans, Latino people, men use that 12%. But 66% of affirmative action that was being deployed in the education system was being used by women. This was something to deploy them, to put them back in line, to kind of get those birth rates up. And for whites, they went ahead, segregated it, traveled it off. It's been working for them a little bit. For us, it hasn't moved the needle. It's just gotten worse in our community. We fight even more now. So
I disagree with that. I disagree with that. We're the number one educated group amongst master degrees.
We're the one most enrolled, well, most master degrees, but most enrolled, from what I understood. As master degrees wise, which race has the most master degrees? Give me a second.
I would guess it would probably be Indians.
Look it up. It's black people
or Sri Lankans.
And go ahead and do it per capita like they do everything else. But
I'm looking for it right now.
I will say that
while students earn and hold the largest number of master's degrees in the United States, according for roughly 61.6% of all master's degrees conferred annually, followed by Hispanic, Black, and Asian. So whites hold the highest number, followed by Hispanic, Blacks, and Asians. So I'm not.
Yeah, they have because there's more white people in America. But if you do it like and you adjust for population, we're
well, what I'm looking at it's a study by My Asian Voice. It says 27% of master's or advanced degrees are held by Asian Americans, then followed by 16% whites, then black people come in at 11%, and then Hispanics and Latinos at 7%, and then Native Americans at 6%. So so like I said, Indians, Koreans, Chinese people, Japanese people, Sri Lankans, yeah.
But again, that's not per capita. That's not.
No, that was done on the study was done on a per capita basis.
That's per the whole of master's degrees.
Well, the study says it was done on a per capita basis.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I don't even know. I'm not even fighting against that or for that. I just know that I was down for getting up out of this country. That's a great idea. And also, when it comes to the Carmelo Anthony case, I still believe it was self-defense. So that's not changing my mind. And that's all I have to say about that.
Well, listen, anytime you trying to look for a piece of land, You know what I'm saying? I could leave my number in the back chat whenever you and your husband are trying to get down here and trying to build your own castle, and you give me a call and I'll help you out with that. I'm trying to get my trade name registered right now. Marcus Molinar Housing Development Company. Right now I'm working under my mother in Showcase Realty, so I can always help you with that if you're serious about coming down here, because it's a lot of black people, it's a lot of hot sun, it's a lot of beautiful living, a lot of beaches, a lot of good food. People are generally friendly. I love living down here. I wouldn't leave down here for nothing.
Plus round trip tickets ain't too bad either. Looks like $691 to get you back from Atlanta. That is nice.
Yeah. Come down here, pour some money into my economy, man.
Well, you know, I don't run that. My husband runs that. He just got to be on board. I've been on board with that. That's always been like one of my goals, especially when all this stuff started happening. I was like, it's time for us to go. And it's a difference when you're not the minority. It's a big difference. Because the same reason why people in let's say Africa can't understand what's going on in America because they have never been the minority. Even with everything they got going on, they still the majority. It's a difference.
Absolutely. And I just think they don't care. And I think that they understand the dynamic, but they feel like if there's a certain bit like of an incentivization to kick black people to the side and say, I'm my own man, and to pour themselves into the capitalist system, which has never really favored people who don't have capital, which has typically always been black people. So there's always been that kind of thing where they wanted to separate themselves.
Yeah, they want to get away from you. You actually are kin to them in a lot of ways. They don't want to fess up to that. You know what I'm saying? Because that means they got to share property, land, money, and all types of stuff. So what they do is keep you at a distance and deal with you like you were a third, second-hand citizen. They want to deal with you like that. But we also got to call out how black people handle other black people in this country too. You know, right? Because we talk about how bad the white man is, but a lot of this nowadays really ain't him as much as it is us attacking us, right? At every angle. Like this Carmelo case, you know what I'm saying? You saw a lot of black people attack Carmelo, especially online.
Brandon Nakoon Tatum.
Yeah. Nolan Wells, same thing.
And you know how many black people I heard running around space to space, channel to channel, like celebrating? The murderer's he's going to jail and all of this other crazy stuff. I'm like, y'all, you do realize you're still talking about a child, right? Like a kid. These were kids. I want to keep putting that in our minds that these was boys that got into an altercation.
They understand, they don't care. There's some black folks that hate black folks. I hope y'all get that in your head. It's some black folks, look just like you, that hate your ass. Can't stand you. Think you're ignorant, think you're violent, think you're dangerous, think you need to be locked up under the fucking jail. But shout out to Candy, shout out to Lord ADS, Traveling Is My Business, and Marky Don.
And that's why I said when Scholar asked about what's the difference between there and Atlanta, the mindset of there's a lot of that mindset in those spaces. There's a lot of that mindset. And I'm sorry, I just want our kids to have.
It's a lot of that mindset in these YouTube streets. And the attitude is to the young man, Carmelo. The attitude is fucking. He's a deleter. He committed a crime. He ain't no baby. And he ready for all of the smoke. There's a lot of people's attitude. Don't see no innocence in him at all. No humanity. Because he's inhumane because of what he did. To them. That's their mindset.
have the same type of consideration. Our kids can be scared and protect themselves too. They can make dumb decisions, but why we got to throw their whole life away? You didn't throw away that college student's life away who raped that girl behind that trash can.
You can't say that. Can't say that word.
You gotta
Oh, you
say
can't
great.
say that word?
You gotta say great.
No,
Essay.
ma'am. Stay away
Okay,
But just say
great. I'm
essay. I say
sorry.
essay. I say
You
essay
can,
because we know.
essay. I mean, they essayed that girl. He essayed that girl behind that trash can, and you said you didn't want to mess up his life. You know what I'm saying? Or I just want us
They
to get the
just
same.
had my bad. They
When
just
the
had a case where my bad, sister. Go ahead, go ahead. I completely cut you off. Go ahead.
That's okay. When that young man went across them lines, that he was 17 with that gun that he was not supposed to have in a state where.
Let me see. Who all crept in here? I see Chicago Rilla. What's going on? What's up, Studio Mansions? What's going on, American Tradesmen? We got a Sigma boy in there, TB Trucking, Sin 7 Sin, Deacon Dave. I see. The best I can be. Studio. Sigma. We got Deborah Leonelli. This is the Boxing Scholar and Candy Cane and the cavalcade of other people that go over there to that channel. Let's see, it's 11:09. We got Smitty, Lighthouse Podcast. I think I spoke to everybody already. Oh, we got a Queen Piss in here. The real Tyler Durgan. We got Angel Love, Angel Earth Love. Yeah, you got some people attitude about that young man is fuck him, let him rot. Nothing nice. They ain't got nothing nice to say. You got Kills in the building. Let me acknowledge these cash apps that I've ignored. That says fuck this. LOL. Somebody's name, huh? Got to see more that came through. Y'all been in the chat jibber jabbering. Jabber gibbering. You got Otis Who Network. We got a Raw G in there, Mind Chaos Brew. Shout out to my sis. The Pancake Man. That's a new one. Willing to Win. What's going on? Genesis. Hey, Sugars. Now we up to Creative Solutions. I think what's going on, Rapid One. Let's start acknowledging people that actually, supports the Knights. We got to do that yesterday, and today we got to do this.
Got me a couple of dollars. Guess what I'm gonna do?
Shout out to Tato Mills. It says Maurice. Oh, this for the 3 tracks. And you know what it was? You want Man, Woman, and Child. What we supposed to do. What you got going. I'm going to send you 2 extra ones. Midnight Accounts and Steel Drums. So I'm going to shoot them right to you. You got to give me an email, though, because that's probably the clearest way they're going to come through. So get the missed call out the way. Get this out the way. Let me see. Thank you to all you kind people. Let's see. You like Tato Mills and hit me up on the Cash App. That's where I need the moolah at anyway. Let's acknowledge these people.
Thank you for the money, cheese, fatty, the dough, Gouda, scratch, Skrilla, paper.
Shout out to the Shadow, the Titan Wasp with the $2 ball. I appreciate it. Man, that money add up, man. That money adds up. Rub a couple nickels together.
Thank you for the money. Cheese, fatty, the dough, Gouda, scratch, Skrilla, paper.
Shout out Shadow, the Titan Wasp again with the $5 ball. Nothing to it, just bread. Appreciate it.
Thank you for the money, cheese, fatty, the dough, Gouda, scratch, Skrilla, paper.
The Real Tyler Durgan Esquire with the $4.99 says, good morning, Knighters. Good morning, man. I've been up all night, man. I've been wilding, man. I've been up all night. I went to sleep while I've been on this show for probably about 30 minutes. But I've been up all night, baby. Let's do this here.
Got me a couple of dollars. Guess what I'm gonna do?
American Tradesman with the $4.99 says, remember, Black people of America Are you the elite of melon or wait? And remember, black people of America, you are the elite of melon, and people throughout this world, they cannot fit us in a box, so they try to label us. Remember, black people of America, you are melon. Remember, black people of America, you are the elite of melon. I don't know what that means. And people throughout this world, they cannot fit us in a box, so they try to label us. This is the boxing scholar talking about Carmelo Anthony.
Where you ain't even supposed to be having guns, and an altercation breaks out and he kills them. Or I'm sorry, you can't say that either, right?
No, unalive.
You unalive them, and he cries on stand, and he free. And even
shout out to Tato. As soon as you send, I'll get that to you. What's going on? Ronald 804. Am I trying to free Carmelo? I don't think I can. If it was up to me, I wouldn't give him 35 years, but it's not up to me. I think he committed a crime. I think it was an impulsive thing, and I think that man should have a chance at life. He should have remorse for the what was the dude's name? Metcalf. He should have remorse for the Metcalf family because they lost a son. But no, I don't think he should be washed up for 35 years, if that's what you're asking me. Not at all. But this is just one of the things we're talking about today. Thank you to the people for being patient with me today. Because what you have to say is important. Whether you agree or disagree, what you have to say is important. And we got what, $17 in super chats. Thank you for the $17. I appreciate every dollar you have given me. We want to go over here to Instagram and see if Tato gave me an email. Tato, I don't see your Instagram that's telling me that. Yeah, give me your email on Instagram, Tato, so I can sing you this music. Get that right over there to you. Oh, you said Tato on one. I was listening to one of your things. You said Tato Mills. So Tato, give me your email on IG so I can sing you this stuff. Get it right over there to you. You look like you're a serious rapper. Feelings hurt. What's going on? Be snazzy. What's going on? Yeah, send me the email on IG. I'm looking on the IG now. You haven't wrote nothing. Make sure you send me that email so I can send that right over to you. Let me see who's new in the building. Got a little bit more of this to listen to, and then we're gonna jump over to some Pop Out TV. A little bit more on Carmelo. I can drop this link too because we've been.
That young man himself stated that Carmelo Anthony should be free.
They just actually had a case where a young 16-year-old kid who's a baseball star in his town essayed two girls, strangled them, almost killed them, almost broke their tracheas. And the judge, he's not going to spend 1 day in prison because the judge said he's a youthful offender. I believe it is. I believe it was. Yes.
I was there. I worked there. When all of that was going down.
Going on,
that makes sense.
Let it have been a Carmelo Anthony.
And with that being said, you know how when we was little they used to tell us we ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. If you ain't got nothing black to say, black people, don't say nothing at all. If you're not gonna ride with the person that's being accused or whatever, don't say nothing at all. Preserve your blackness and your black opinion because they do it. Like you're never gonna beat them at their game by playing by moral rules. Like that doesn't work. Like it took years of Jim Crow and Martin Luther King them having dogs suck on them and fire hydrants and stuff like that, and also being roped up and stuff like that for them to say, okay, we'll treat you civil. It took years of that. Like, come on, man, we're never like y'all was saying earlier.
What up?
We either gonna leave or start fighting by the same rules.
And even then, I mean, it came back. These people ain't hanging themselves on ropes. But
nope.
You can't nothing tell me that these black people are deciding to commit public unaliving of themselves.
There's actually a study. There's a study I just read by there was a study I just read about Emerald Pages about how rare it is for black people to unalive themselves by hanging, especially on a public tree.
By ropes.
Like the leading cause. What'd you say?
I'm just being careful what I like. By ropes. Let's say ropes.
By ropes. Like that.
Oh, okay.
That
I
is
was
not
just
happening.
saying. Yeah, it's usually by a firearm or it's by self-suffocation.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. Why would you do something like? Come on now. So all these black people are mysteriously finding themselves the cause of death. Stuff that happened to their ancestors for come on, what are the odds? Like, matter of fact, my next live is gonna be on that very thing. My next live that I'm planning to do is probably gonna be. I might do it tomorrow during the daytime. I'm gonna
send you the articles.
Shout out to the boxing scholar and his perspective on Carmelo. Shout out to Ronald 804. I call him Ronald 304. But shout out to Ronald 804 who said, "Am I trying to free this man?" I think he should have less time than what he got. That's my opinion. I think he got too much time. I think he should have consequences because a life is lost. I think he should have remorse for the Metcalf family. And I think his time should be shortened. There you have it. That's for me. Now you could be all upset and all fuck you. Stop being so mad, bitch. Get it out of your system. And why are you so fucking? That's a better question. Why are you so fucking mad? That ain't your people. You don't care that fucking much. Why are you so upset? And I do feel remorse for somebody who have to lose a child. I'm a father. I know exactly what that feels like. Losing my baby, losing my daughter, losing my wife. Yeah. I have empathy and compassion, all other shit. But that young man showed an exemplary behavior. He was a good guy up until that moment. And that moment, he effed up. But that's young nerves and impulsive behavior. So yeah, let him sit down for a minute. But for 17 years, probably the whole 30 something, but 17 and some change, because you have to do damn near what half the time in a couple. So what you end up doing on 35? 18. That's a long. Even though he's young, that's a long ass time for a first offense. We're gonna move forward though. The link is pinned to the description. The link is pinned to the description. Tato, give me that email so I can send you your music.
Without even asking them. That's a lot of times we get caught up in this.
Yeah. So I got a question. So how do the ladies feel about their significant others speaking to them that puts them in a place of not defense but calmness, where you can feel secure about communicating?
Wait, repeat that.
I'm just big on don't yell at me and don't raise your voice at me.
Yeah.
I don't even deal with that. I ain't dealt with that in years. I don't even know how that would work now.
Yeah, I don't raise my voice, so don't raise your voice. Like if we get to a point where people raising voices, like we might just step away because I don't.
Let's not be in relationships if y'all sensitive about voices being raised. I sometimes yell just to yell. Sometimes I'll be on this and you might. I just yell sometimes just to yell. Just a little spice of life. If you all feel like y'all don't want nobody yelling, stay the fuck alone. Respectfully.
At this point.
Yeah, I don't raise my voice at people. I don't like nobody raising their voice at me. I think since I was a very little girl, like somebody raised their voice at me, like I'm crying, like I'm tearing up. I don't like that. So I'm not gonna do it to you because I don't want it done to me.
Okay.
I think that's a very interesting question that Greg just asked, because for me, it actually doesn't have anything to do with the man's outward expression that makes me feel safe in communication, but rather his demeanor when I'm expressing myself.
True.
And so if I'm looking at you, we're communicating and I'm looking at you and you're acting uninterested, or you are acting in a way that makes it seem like you're not really listening to what I'm saying, it doesn't matter, you don't care, that kind of thing. That's something that makes me feel unsafe communicating how I'm actually feeling. And then in those situations, I tend to shut down.
Yeah.
I would never know because I wouldn't give a fuck. I'm probably distracted because I'm actually legitimately distracted. Something more interesting is happening. It's nothing personal. Don't get all weird.
I think I don't really care about somebody being like stoic or like having a certain disposition where they're like just, calm or whatever. But I need you to be engaged. Like you have to be engaged. So I agree.
Nah, I ain't gonna be all that overly engaged and some shit I don't give a fuck about. Nope. It ain't gonna happen. Oh my good, look at that kitten. But I mean, I'm not finna climb up on wherever the fuck.
Agree with that for sure.
Out
Yeah,
of the
like,
If you
people,
can't remember the small things, then that goes to show a lot. I feel like how interested someone is in you. Like whether it's like your favorite flavor of ice cream or something that you like to drink a lot. Like, I don't know, people like Dr. Pepper, like just little things about you that they remember and they notice, right? You don't want someone that's always just like here, like not considering you or what you like. They just give it to you and expect you to be happy with it. Like, here you go, I got you this. Like, dang, did you put any thought into this? Or
I don't want to put no thought in this shit. What do you like is probably what I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna guess. Hey, Tinny Winnie, what you like?
okay. I think we got to a good place. I think we got to a good place with this portion of the conversation. Here's my next question. Well, they want to know in the crowd, how many people on here are married or in long-term relationships? Who's married? Okay, cool. How many people are single?
I started dating someone.
Okay, cool.
Mine is new.
Interesting. So this is out of the women on the panel, who would like a leader in a relationship? We got 1, 2, 3. Okay. Dion, you left out. Oh,
I mean, I think that's a given. I mean, what woman would?
Okay. Do have you guys found submission to be difficult?
No. On who?
Wait a minute. All these women raise their hand talking about they want a leader. Cut it the fuck out. You just said if somebody looked distracted, it would throw you off. You just said if they got you something that you don't particularly like, but they said, here, take this, you have an issue with it. And now you want a leader? People just be saying shit. Who wouldn't want one? Ugh.
In the man's end or the woman's submit?
On your end.
I like being submissive because that means I can trust
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I can't believe whenever I hear somebody say that shit. Yeah.
Got me a couple of dollars. Guess what I'm gonna do?
Shout out to Ronald 304 with the $5 ball. He said Carmelo and Austin were two hot-headed teenagers who got into an altercation. Austin also deleted. Wait, Austin was deleted, and Carmelo will be in prison for around 25 years. Shout out to Ronald 304 for the super chat. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Yeah, what I would want to do, Ronald 804, is shorten that 25 years up. That's what I would want to do.
you and I can trust your judgment. But if I'm questioning you every day about what you're doing and it don't seem right, then I'm a little unsteady. Like, I don't want to submit to someone that don't know the difference between, like, I don't know, a cabbage and an iceberg lettuce. Like,
I feel like, if a woman is
if you want to be a leader, you got to lead. Like, you have to be educated. You have to be wise. You have to be smart. You have to be handy. Like, there's things that women expect a man to have or know as a leader.
I would say yes.
If I'm the motherfucking leader, shut the fuck up and let me lead. Let's start there. Don't come in my fucking face telling me how I'm supposed to lead. If you're a leader, you're supposed to do, shut your motherfucking mouth. Or
that just comes natural. Like, you can't, like, a woman, she will just naturally submit to a man if he's him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have a lot of men that try to force a woman to submit to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're him and you got it and you have mastered masculine,
I wouldn't force you to do shit. If you're annoying, can't listen to shit and keep running your fucking mouth, I'm gonna beg you respectfully, get the fuck away from me and say the fuck away from me. It's a natural thing. Are supposed to go. Your sweetness is my weakness. If you try to be tough and buck up against the system, get the fuck on.
Energy and qualities, she's just going to naturally, she can't resist it. Mm-hmm. She's just going to naturally submit. It's not going to be, and I think when it's starting to feel forced, I think that's the issue, because it's a problem, because a woman is supposed to naturally submit to her man. There should be no resistance with that. So if there's a problem with a woman submitting, then there's the issue overall.
I will say, for me, yes, it has been difficult to submit, and not just to a significant other, but men in general, mainly because I was raised by a single mother. Mm-hmm. And my father, who was present, but he lived in Philadelphia and we lived in North Carolina, very present financially, and all of those things. But what I realized was not having him in the home and not actually seeing an example of what a strong male figure leader looks like made me believe that my mother was the strong male figure leader, and I became that individual. And of course, you resemble with those whom you assemble. And so what you're around the most is what you become. Alexis is a really great example of that, because she came up around great men. So she may not have an issue with submission, but for me, that had to be learned and is currently being learned. And I think that I may still be in that class for the rest of my life. So that means I will have to have a big dog to come into my life and bring out that softer side of me. And I have met men who are able to do that effortlessly to the degree that I am shocked. And so, you know, for me, as far as dating is concerned,
why you not with one of them niggas then? If you're looking for a leader and you know niggas that can do it effortlessly, why you not with one?
Concerned, I understand now, like, okay, I can't actually be with this type of man because this would be a volatile relationship, whereas this kind of man is the kind of man that I probably should be looking to, get into a long-term relationship, marriage with, and that kind of thing. So I think it's about knowing who you are and what you need in your life.
Yeah, I think submission is like easy for me, but again, like I feel like I've seen marriages where it's just like they submit to each other and it's a very natural thing. Like nothing has to be discussed. We know I trust you, you trust me. If you need this, it's done. I have a certain position here. Like the men in my family, they are very strong leaders, and the women they are married to are comfortable following their lead. And so and all still while being very independent, because I have a mother who is very hyper independent, so much to the point where like my stepdad will have to tell her you can let me do it. But my mother was raised by a woman who was a single mother. She was married at one point, but she divorced my grandfather, and she was raising 5 children on her own. And so my mother saw that for most of her life, and so it molded a certain thing in her where she had to learn in marriage how to then be submissive and allow my stepdad to be a leader at the same time, because it was like they was like neck and neck for a little while there.
You gotta be comfortable relying on another person too. I think oftentimes we getting disappointed, so we keep ourselves guarded, and we don't want to let my new little babe. I was gonna walk to work because I live 6 blocks away from my job, and it was 4 a.m. I was working a 5 a.m. shift. She was like, "You're not walking? Are you kidding me?" I'm like, "What do you mean? It's not that far." But I don't know. That just kind of made me a little warm inside, because I'm like, even though it's not that far, he was still like, "No, you don't need to be walking. Why do you need to walk?" And I have a car, but that's just stuff that I do, personally, right? I live close. Why do I need to drive to work if I could just walk? But so it's moments like that, right? When someone reassures you that they do care about you and they want you to be safe and well taken care of.
Nice.
Yeah.
I know me as a dad, not a husband yet, but I'm engaged. We live together. I always find myself thinking, could I have done better? I always, I think it's just a part of what I do, introspective, right? So did I talk to my son the way was I too hard on him? Was I not, right? Did I do this the best way? Because even though I consider myself a leader, I think I can practice still. I think I can get better because I'm human. I can always get better. Do you guys think submission takes work? Do you think that you should be like, you know what, did I do a good job today? How could I have done this better? What do y'all think?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Because I know a lot of women and a lot of men think that it should come natural to you. It's just natural, right? However, I don't think that necessarily means that we still won't struggle.
Right.
Shout out to the shout outs.
This last guy, man.
That is Pop Out TV. That's one we checked out, right? It's a couple of them over there we're going to go look at. Let me see.
Next question. Well, they want to know in the crowd, how many people on here are...
This was Pop Out looking at Mont's channel. Put that link in the description. There's other pop outs I want to check out as well. Tato, don't forget to put that email here so I can send that music, man. It won't sound good coming from IG. It's better if it's sent directly to you. We going. So that was Mont. Who Wants a Leader? Then we go to Bomb Cherry.
It's in the back from the front.
Talking about her body. Shout out to Bomb and the Bomb Squad.
Just wait away. I'm gonna be sewing on the sewing machine, and if the weight go away, good. And if it don't, then I guess I'll be failing at losing weight. And why? I wonder why y'all be worried about my weight, especially the motherfucking women. Why y'all worried about my weight? Y'all got niggas on here, got you doing water diets and shit. Be damn if somebody they tried to put me. That same nigga tried to put me on the water diet too, and I said I don't drink water. Listen, he even tried to put me on the water diet. Some of the women like, Bomb, yeah, you need to drink water. And then you find out these bitches be fat. And they, why you gonna tell me what the fuck I need to do? What you need to do, and it ain't working for you. You want to tell me what I need to do, bitch. I need to just live. And when it's time for me to die, bitch, I need to die. You understand? I need to stay black. The things I can't help.
Okay, that's all I need to do. Anything other than that, if I'm not having a problem with it, nobody who I deals with got a problem with it. Because if they did have a problem with it, then they could go about their motherfucking business here and bomb me so big. But what you miss is that, yes, nigga, I'm top heavy and back heavy. And I got eyes. They thick. But y'all, you over there telling people I caught her and she's big and busted and she's this and that. Yeah, nigga, listen, I ain't got no problems with the curves, nigga, because it's just like that. It's just like that. Right? It goes like this, and then it goes like this, and then it goes like bam in the back. On the side, I don't have no hips. When I stand up, though, you see what's in the back from the front. You see what's in the back from the front. But you, Kills, you nigga, you want to be a man. You want some big ass titties. You want a big ass.
Shout out to the shout.
Come on in.
Play, it's always a treat when players leave church.
Titan, how do you feel about a 56-year-old talking about ass and titties? Is it a turn on to hear a 56-year-old talk about you can see it from the front?
I mean, if I'm going to be honest, I like the pride, I guess. That's not my age group, so it's not sexually appealing to me. But you know,
well, that's
if you got it, you got it.
If you got it, you got it. Okay. So when a grandma is in her moo-moo, because I believe that's a moo-moo. Let's look at it again. I think this is a moo-moo. And she's rubbing her stomach. And she's telling me about her body.
Okay. Now, when I do skits, nigga, now the idea that I want to show myself, or somebody said, well, she haven't showed herself. Oh, I forgot. The bitch, you called me the madam. I don't know. Like, first of all, look, I used to be Madam Bomb. That might be why she called me the madam, because she didn't make that shit up. I truly was called Madam Bomb. I told y'all I was a professional dame. I'm a sensual dame, or was. That's in me, though. I am very sensual, and I am dominating. Yes, I am not a woman who lets men or anybody step over her. That is a fact. And baby, when I put on them goddamn knee-high leather, or sometimes pleather, because I had a pair of leather ones. I'll be honest, they wasn't as comfortable as the feather thigh-high boots. Thigh-high. Because they really knee-high, but on my ass, they way up to my thighs, because I'm short than a motherfucker. Okay. It was pre-kids, pre-kids. Before I had kids, I was real thin. And after them kids, I came like this. Pre-kids.
There we go. That's the bomb.
No, that's definitely me.
No. She's showing you that, like that. That's that 80s Luke, Uncle Luke. The Luke dancers move she doing.
Like I said, if you got it, you got it. It's.
Oh, that's not what we're talking about. Don't do that, brother. Do she got it? She's the one that's doing the dances in front of whatever else. Not if you got it. Not if some random person. It's the one and only Bomb Squad. Bomb Cherry up there. Hello, Corinne Mackey.
Is that top one?
Ronald, you can come up here too, because you would know about this. That is my 56-year-old New Orleans native in a slip or something, flexing her body.
The slip's got curves, and she's a married woman, so I respect. I'm not going to talk about a married woman.
Hey man, you make it seem like I'm the one that got her on camera doing this. This is
I
something
didn't say that.
This is something she did on her own, brother.
Kids, kids. I was in kids. The kids, I became thick like a brick. Thick like a brick. BBW. I'm okay being BBW. I'm okay being BBW. Curving the hips, curving the lips. Motherfucker, you know you want to get these guts, but I can't give them to you. Let me stop. Hubby, don't tell hubby on me. Don't tell on me.
I mean, Bob's got a decent body.
She said, "Don't tell hubby on me."
You asked
from the back, from the front, like this.
You shouldn't be doing nothing where we have to tell on you. Shout out to the bomb. She came out to, I don't know who this was for. Was this for Candy Cane? I don't know who that was for, but shout out to the bomb. Shout out to Pop Out TV for finding another interesting one. She got right to the point. So that was bomb. Now we got this guy. Let's make sure we get him together, right? Here we go.
Go ahead, Roxy.
So I just wanted to, since, the conversation is happening and, as you saw with the one that you were just showing his videos for, it's really weird how a lot of these men are stalking other men. Because as you saw, that specific man has a picture, an old picture of Rue as his profile picture. He's been stalking Rue ever since apparently he wanted to be Rue's friend and Rue said no. And then his wife also accidentally, quote unquote, called Rue fine. And the same goes with Gay Bay. It's just weird to me how these men will, low-key try to dick ride more than the woman who's with the man. And I always just found that very confusing, especially since, again, this man has blocked you.
So that right there happened on my show. She's talking about Mock Banak as a picture of Rude Imp as his avatar. I didn't know that was Rude Imp because I don't know what Rude Imp looks like at all. But shout out to Mock Banak. And we'll see where this goes. Mock Banak and Rude Imp uses their women to get at each other.
This man has pretty much said, you need to leave him alone. And then they don't want to. I think it's really disrespectful. I really think it's just really disingenuous, which is why I kind of went at it with Gabe the other day. Because who are you to call someone a stalker? Who are you trying to tell someone to be a better person when you're doing the same thing? You're talking up under someone's clothes. He's done that for me. And then you keep bringing up someone else that you say you don't like, that you don't rock with, but then they're trying to stalk you or they're harassing you. But you stay bringing up this person's name. You stay trying to engage with this person when this person said, leave me alone. So I think it's weird the jackets that we're trying to put on all these people in the space, but we don't want to talk about the other people too. But I'm off my soapbox. Thank you, Kniht.
Fuck her. Yeah. Nigga.
Hi, Roxy.
Do all that shit you said. Do all that shit you
Good
said.
to see you.
I just think people don't know me very well. But shout out to the shout out.
Oh, no, Kniht, now you're on his list. You're now on his list. He will be stalking you now. It's going to be crazy.
Nigga ain't gonna be stalking me. He had my name in the title the other day talking about he wasn't even talking to me. What was that shit? Let me go look it up right quick. I think he had my name and some shit. I'm like, what the fuck they got to do with me? I think he was talking about Rogue C and Rude, but he wasn't talking to me.
Didn't John God drop your name like 2 or 3 days ago on somewhere?
He's another one that be saying my name. I don't know why. Oh, okay, so Mock Banak said, show a full body video of Ran Through C, talking about Rogue C. So we want a full body video of Rogue C. And say my wife is fat and your e-girlfriend looks better than so that had nothing to do with me. I don't know why my name was mentioned in it. That's about Rogue C and Rude. That man ain't gonna stalk me. What can he stalk me about? And I don't give a damn about it. Fucking not that important. What's going on, Sin 7 Sin? Yeah.
Because again, this is a man who also uses his wife like a prop. Not because he's proud of his wife, not because he's proud of his children, but they're props for him. They make him feel like a man, even though he has no real.
Come on. Damn.
I mean, I'm being honest. Because every success is his wife's success. Every success is his kid's success. He has no real actual success to stand on, and then he wants to come on the internet, threaten people just because they have a difference of opinion. He's weird.
Oh, wow. Roxy, you know I love you, right?
Absolutely. I love you too. Shout out to Lover Gang.
That sounds creepy a little bit, but
this is willing to win. This is what Willing wants. He's been wanting Toxie to come out because apparently Lover Girl Rogue is not enough for people.
So they want toxic rogue. I don't know.
No, I don't want toxic rogue all the time. Love girls.
Well, let's keep it 1,000. This show today is called "It's Not Okay," and it's not okay. But this is what it is. That positivity will not survive in this toxic ass place. You come off nice, you talk about morality, you talk about your faith and whatever else. They're gonna be like, "This is a fake ass preacher. That bitch ass nigga don't believe in God. Let's go over there and fuck with him until we make him snap." And then when you come out of character, that's who that nigga really is.
So Rogue C, you might have to be toxic all the time in this space.
Honestly, in this space or in this world, you know, it is calling for the fact that being pure, being nice, being innocent, it's going to get you hurt in this space.
And Rogue C, stop telling people I like Roxy.
Wait.
All right. So bro got to convince it. Keep telling these people on the internet that you said, like when we did that live stream, that you was pressed about it. Like you was like, damn, this nigga.
So this is the fine woman. It's the other dude's girlfriend or wife or who knows what. They're supposed to look better than, he's calling her Toxie, but he's talking about Rogue C. This is the woman that's supposed to look better than Rogue C.
Nigga fine. Like I like him. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like I want to get with this nigga.
No, that never was what was happening on that. Never was a
So you said this nigga lying on you?
Yes, this nigga lying.
So you never was like, oh my God, this nigga's fine.
No.
I'm sitting right there, but you like, I'm interested in this nigga.
No, absolutely not.
How you want Cam up? Because you're saying I'm beautiful.
Get in there.
I am beautiful.
Hey,
Nigga, you wish you would have had a bitch like me, but you would never.
Get in there.
Nigga, you can't afford me with your whack ass. Nigga, you could never.
Kiss me.
Hey, answer me.
Talk to this whole ass nigga.
You got to lose some weight, man. You tripping. You got to lose a little weight.
Wow.
Hold on. Ask him why his bitch shoulder high.
Oh, yeah, why your bitch always shoulder high? Because I always show my figure. I ain't not ashamed. I'm not ashamed of what I look like, baby. I am sexy as a motherfucker, and you wish a bitch like me woulda, shoulda, coulda, woulda.
My chick way
I don't know what this woman look like, but whenever I hear a woman say that her body is so sexy and she ain't got an issue with what her body look like, it makes me want to see her body. Let us see it.
I didn't want to be that guy, but you said it for me. And since you're the knight of the space, I'm going to say it too. Look, every time I've heard a chick say my body is on point and it doesn't matter what my body look like, I know I look better than yours. That means she's not built like that. That usually means that she's got some excess weight in a number of places. In fact, I don't mean to be that guy, but that's kind of become the fat girl slogan. Just saying.
All I know is my partner the other day, Reese from Philly, was on a show. And I think it was LA Project said, you said, if I see your chest, I'm going to some shit. We said, no problem. Let me take this wife beater off. And got right up in the camera and said, okay, here go the 6-pack. Then he said on the show for the rest of the show. So the women that's bad come on camera. So what's my girl name from back in the day? Pink. Pink said, what? Oh, bitch. You said so. She got on camera, showed the breasticles off, the small ass waist, cute in the face. She said, don't you ever talk about no bodies if you ain't gonna show your body on this motherfucker. B. Taylor did that. There's a few of them on there to get right up and let you know, hey, you got me fucked up. Now, I might be crazy as bad shit, but looks and body, I got that for you.
But a lot of them don't go bragging about their body either.
No.
Most people who are built well don't brag about it because you don't have to.
And look, they be bad and be talking about, oh, I can fix this and I can fix. Oh no, you don't need to fix nothing. But they don't even have the confidence, like that. And they come on, they be okay. I'll be like, okay, that shit is cool. You be like, I got to do a little more. I got to do.
See, I can't stand that. When you know you're beautiful. But here's the thing: it's because they don't understand what everybody else is seeing, and that one person who is in that is disparaging them. I've seen some of the most beautiful people, like, period, feel like they were 4s and 5s. And that was crazy to me.
Yeah, that's how the beautiful people act. The ones that don't be beautiful, they be talking that shit, don't act like the beautiful. The beautiful people think they could be more beautiful. Hey, what's going on, Reese? I'm not gonna repeat that sin 7 sin, but I hear you, sister. You are not being unheard. I hear you.
She look better than you. After me is what you saying.
Why you ain't never spend the night with your bitch?
I done spent a minute nights with her.
You spend many nights with her. You're lying. Where the fuck you spend the night with her at?
In St.
Because
Louis.
I know you ain't got no address. So
St.
what
Louis?
hotel did you pull up to?
I was in Florissant.
Yeah. I was in Florissant.
Florissant.
You're lying.
I was in Clayton.
So she stay in Missouri?
No, I was in Clayton. Yeah.
Balling. If we in Clayton, we balling. This nigga
I was in Chesterfield.
I just left Clayton.
No, I'm in Chesterfield right now.
I just left Clayton.
Mm-hmm.
I just left Clayton.
Go ahead, get a nigga.
Good. You stuttering, baby.
When y'all start your OnlyFans, man?
Because you always replying, yes.
When y'all start your OnlyFans?
Let him talk.
Nah, when y'all start your OnlyFans? When y'all start your OnlyFans? Say, bitch, ask the question, bitch. Why when you want to start your OnlyFans? When you gonna start your OnlyFans?
Wow. Why you so aggressive?
Because you calling me a bitch ass nigga. I can't call you a bitch.
Wow, you don't want to spread lies. What's your lying name?
Lie on you,
nigga. You never talked to me ever in your life. You wish you talked to me.
Say, bitch. We've been on the phone many times, bitch. I called you.
You
lying.
lying.
While you was at work, bitch. You was at Bethesda Hospital, bitch. On the phone with me, bitch. You was at Bethesda, bitch. You was there working in the hospital.
Let's go.
I called you. You was working at Bethesda. And you would call me on lunch break, man. What you saying?
Got him. Let me smoke my cigar. Got him.
Yeah,
got him.
It's okay.
She working in the hospital.
What it like that? Got him.
It's okay.
Got him.
What's up?
These is grown ass men. Grown
I
ass.
swear I was just listening to a high school fight, a high school argument. Like, what the fuck?
These niggas is in their late 30s, about to be 40s. And this man is online with his girlfriend, and we can see you, baby girl. Everybody can see you. I'm not a hater, but everybody can see you. And Rude is up there with look like a ski mask on with a chopper. Talking about you calling him bitch, so he call you bitch. And this is not a good look for either party. I wouldn't talk to partner. I just stopped talking to him, and I stopped talking to his girlfriend. Not a good look. Rude, ignore him.
What up?
Got him.
I don't know what you're talking
We
about.
got you now.
You're a
You
liar.
done called me many times on your lunch break.
You don't know what type of nurse I am.
I still say you work in the hospital though. It don't matter. You're not a CNA.
You're a liar. You're a liar.
That nigga was a CNA. You're not a CNA. You're a real registered nurse.
Where your girl at? She up here let you talk to me like this? She ain't got no self-respect because I would not let my...
Let him talk. Listen to him.
That nigga been talking to my girl crazy. I'm just talking to you crazy in return. That's it.
Nah, don't be lying, nigga. You been lying for years with your bitch ass.
Hey, man. I hear you.
That's confession right there. He at the church. He in the front row of the pew. That's a confessional right there. I need to be quiet. I'm not supposed to say nothing.
Yeah, be quiet, man. Let me talk to your hoe, nigga. You tripping.
Now I'm all these names because you're a liar. Why you got to lie on your
You ain't
dick,
saying what I lied about you. What I lied about, man.
You never talked to me ever. We never talked ever. I don't even know who you are, Anteater.
Say bitch.
Anteater.
Say bitch. I done talked to you on the phone.
Anteater.
Hey. I done talked to you on the phone, man. What you talking about?
Nigga, you a liar. I talked to you at the hospital. With your lying ass. Nigga, you delulu.
Damn, who is this behind the wall that got a picture that look just like me? Who is this behind the wall? They got a picture that look just like me. I know this other lady. They let her out the hospital, y'all. I know this other lady.
Come on in. Grand rising queen, shine like you mean. Forever may you gleam. You are everything.
Creative, why do you have that picture of me?
Because I'm messing with you.
Why you messing with me?
Because you be messing with me.
Wait, I gracefully bowed out the other day when you were trying to hurt my feelings.
Hey, Shadow. Hey, Knightish. I can't mess with you,
Chanel, you look spectacular. Are you feeling better?
I am. They let me out of the hospital.
That's good to hear.
I can't mess
You went to the hospital?
No,
Yeah,
you
I
can
was in
do
the
what
hospital
you
for
want
4
to do, Creative. But I know you're not my girlfriend though.
Yes, she is. Knight. Stop it.
She
And I'm
belongs.
just girlfriend.
Chanel, she belongs to that fine nigga she sent you the picture of.
Oh, she does.
Yes, she does. She does.
She's dating you. She's dating him. Let
Oh,
her
she's
date
dating that nigga. No. I don't want her to spread herself too thin. You need to be focused.
Knight, stop it. Let her date you. Damn.
No, let her date that nigga. I accept my rejection. No. She's a one woman man. I mean, one
woman man.
You're right. Yeah.
No, one man woman.
One man woman. She's a one.
She's not married, so she's dating. She's dating. She could be a
Listen, today. I am
no. Creative. You should stay with partner dude. I hope the best for you. I hope you have screaming orgasms with him.
Me too.
Yeah,
just because I'm toxic.
What's up, Shadow?
That's who I am. I accepted a rejection like a fucking month ago. How many times you gonna reject me?
Knightish, I thought you said you was gonna let her change your beard color or something. Like, didn't you tell us that last night or the night before?
Her beard color.
Your beard color. You said you're gonna let her play with your beard and change your beard color and all of that.
About her doing shit to my beard.
Now stop. Are you up here playing because Shadow up here?
No. What does Shadow being up here have to do with anything? Yes. What does Shadow being up here have to do with anything?
Well, Knightish, today I'm your girlfriend.
Nope.
Accept it.
On the partner dude.
Well, today I'm your girlfriend. So.
Knightish, I'm married and I'm Rick's girlfriend.
I reject it.
Oh wow, so don't.
I'm
all day I'm trolling you. I
got you. It's okay. I don't want to fight.
Thank you.
Let me see. Jesus. I know how to fix this right here. Got you. I got you.
So, Knightish, you don't want to be her boyfriend for today?
No, of course not. I want her to do what's best for her.
Well, I think men take rejection way better than women. So, because I probably would be
I take it very well.
I would be doing what Knightish is doing if I was being rejected. So I understand, Knightish.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, today I'm your girlfriend, Knightish.
I ain't accepting it.
No, duck that. I don't take rejection well. You can't reject me.
Oh, wow.
Mr. Shadow, you don't think men take rejection better than women?
I definitely do. I used to cold approach when I was young. Chanel
used to do what?
Cold approach.
What's the cold approach?
I don't care if you give me the eye or nothing else. I'm just coming up to you, ask you if you into boys. And when I was a young teenager, we would go to the mall around about 10, 11, get as many numbers. I don't care if you knew my girlfriend. I don't give a shit. I'm talking to everybody.
Well, we know, Knightish. We know you. You know what I'm saying.
So now at 56, I can get over women easily. Shout out to her. So she's fine. She's girlfriend.
Okay. So he said he don't care, but you. Damn.
No,
that dude that she's dating, he really is fine as fuck.
It was fun while it lasted.
I ain't gonna even lie.
She was an amazing thought in my mind. I didn't even get a chance to beat off to her before she rejected me.
Oh my God, Knight, y'all always beat off to women on the internet. Y'all need to stop it.
I can. Okay. If I'm really that into you, but she didn't give me a chance to. I said 2 words to her, and then she said, "Fat motherfucker in a wheelchair, nigga can't move his legs." I'm like, okay. I don't know.
Okay, well, listen, Knightish and Mr. Shadow, we're having a party for creative because she got monetized. So we would love it if you guys stop by.
When is she gonna be on?
It's gonna be on Chanel's Reality. So we would love it if y'all stop by and send her a cash out.
What time is that?
In about 8 minutes. We're gonna.
In about.
It's on my channel too.
I don't like you disrespect.
It's gonna. Oh, I'm sorry. It's gonna be on.
I don't like you disrespectful motherfuckers going on Chocolate Earth channel, taking it over when she's in the middle of her shit, talking about transfer to y'all shit. Now you over here on my channel talking about in 8 fucking minutes, some other crazy shit. I denounce that shit.
Okay, don't come.
I rebuke you motherfuckers.
Fuck her, okay? Fuck her.
Yeah, fuck her.
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay. Well, don't come. Disregard what we just said.
No, he
Shadow,
just
don't
saying
come.
that because last time he told me, why you ain't tell me that you.
Shadow, don't come. Knightish's illustrious audience that's watching.
I'm toxic. I'm gonna go where I want.
Hey,
Okay,
Chanel,
I know that's right, Shadow.
You can't tell me what to do. I'm a gangster.
Chanel, no, honestly, I'm gonna be 1,000 with you. She can come over one time from St. Louis Obispo and drop off some pussy for my bucket list and go back to fine shit. She can stay with fine shit.
See, but she can't be your girlfriend.
He has to say that. Look, you hear him?
No, I'll keep it a secret. That'll just be between me and her.
Nightish, you just said I'm on the show. What the fuck you mean you gonna keep it a secret?
He just said it on the whole internet. Like Jesus' whole internet knows it.
There's no reason for these people to believe me. I'm just a fat
Hey,
fucking
it's
liar.
my time. Hey, Stevenson. Hey, I don't even know everybody in the chat. Hey, y'all.
Yeah, shout out to them 18 people that stayed here while I slept. I'm back up now.
What's up, Rapid Fitness?
I'm about to eat my Subway sandwich.
What is it?
I got salami, Black Forest ham, and pepperoni.
Okay.
Let's we gotta clap for Chanel.
I'm trying to do better. I was in the hospital, so I'm trying to do better.
She eating
healthy
food.
Big snacks. No tiny snacks for her.
Don't get it twisted. I
Was
have
that her birthday that she was out there driving in the most expensive cars ever on whatever freeway she was on?
Oh my God. I wasn't in the most expensive
Was
car.
that the Porsche?
See,
Was that a
Knight, that's what I
Lambo?
was telling. I was trying to tell Chanel that she be flaunting and she be flossing.
I was not flaunting.
I told her everybody knows you rich. You got money.
I wasn't even in
You
my
done told
car.
people. You be like, I be
Right.
wait. You be like, I be want to stunt on these bitches and all
Hey,
this
credit,
shit. And then when you turn around and
When
tell
I
her
was
you
in
got
front of
money,
bitches.
she like, no, I ain't got no money. Why you saying?
I'm always gonna stun on bitches, and it is what it is. I'm a Leo. Sorry,
Chanel
not
should
sorry.
be no, fuck that. Chanel should be the biggest super chat tonight. She's living a glamorous life.
Oh,
And that whole video of your party, I know that was some AI shit.
now how am I be in the most expensive car, but then it's also AI?
No.
Which one is it?
Whatever that character was you had on that video.
What character?
You should keep that, bro. She's bad. She's a badass.
I was a baddie. I'm still a
Yeah,
baddie.
you a baddie right now. You done got up out the hospital and put your choker on.
Knightish, I look good. I know I look good.
Yeah, you's a bad mom.
She stay looking
Why
good.
you keep trying to make me say something?
Don't say nothing, Knightish. Don't say nothing.
So why you trying to make me say something?
No.
I already said you fine shit.
Stop. Come to see me do my dance. All right, we about to go. Thanks, Knightish, for having us.
Yeah.
Knightish, bring your ass to our show. Everybody
scared.
bring your ass and come and
Scared to
support
come over there.
creators.
I'm uncomfortable because all creators want to do is abuse me.
The tables have turned. Look at
he acting as if he don't like creative. He lying ass.
This dude be saying all this shit. Even the chat know that.
Hey,
Lighthouse.
Chanel, my type is dark and chunky. So she's still dark and chunky. I like her. She just don't like me, and I just accept it. It's not I haven't changed my mind.
You're 30 years older than her.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if I was 90 years older than her.
Well, today I am 92, girlfriend.
I'll bite on that cute little ass neck and hold her by her wrist and make sure she be on,
Look, she's all glistening. She got her boobs out for you and everything, Knightish.
Oh, that's for no. I'm not finna sit here and go for no goofy shit like that.
She can't answer.
That shit don't have nothing to do with me. But thank you, creative. I appreciate it.
So Knightish, you're not gonna come by.
Wait a minute. Who changed that from fine shit girlfriend back to Knightish girlfriend?
I did. I'm Knightish's girlfriend today.
No, that's fine shit, girlfriend. Let me fix that again.
Who else is in his? Let's see. Who else in Knightish chat we want to say hi to? Deborah something.
Deborah Leonelli.
Deborah Nealelli. Studio Mansion.
Texas. Lord.
Best I Can See.
Yeah, Kelvin.
American Tradesman. I don't think he likes me though.
American Tradesman don't even like me.
Oh damn.
What's going on? Reese from Philly. Reese from Philly took off his shirt the other day. Said his 6-pack.
Reese from Philly got good arms though. I like.
He got a good body. I'm not even gonna lie. Reese from Philly, yeah, he be stunning.
He's a little scary though. All right, Creative, it's time for us to start our show.
Right
Bye,
now.
Knightish. Bye, Mr. Shadow.
I don't know why she didn't start it now.
It's starting. We about to start. Okay. Sorry.
The shout outs.
Bye, y'all.
Back in the same thing. Fine shit. Bye.
I'm still your girlfriend. Bye-bye.
You his girlfriend, but I love
No, I'm Knightish's girlfriend today. All right.
No. Oh, today.
I'm going to pull on Knightish beard.
Today.
And I'll massage his beard. Okay. I'll massage your forehead. Okay, Knightish?
Okay, babe.
All right.
Come on in. Grand Rising Queen. Come on in.
Play, it's always a treat when players meet.
Lord ADS, you see how they do me? They belong to somebody else and they come over here and claim me. Is that abusive or not? Let's see how long it's going to take.
Like, just let me understand right quick. Didn't you just bring me up to Grand Rising Queen?
No, I flipped it over. I was saying bye to them.
Wow.
It did say it said players.
It definitely said
when players
Grand Rising Queen. I just want you to know.
You didn't hear that part?
Look, I just want you to understand. He opened with Grand Rising
Come on
Queen.
in.
Play, it's always a treat when players meet.
It may have accidentally started with Grand Rising Queen, but we know that we send players always a treat when players meet. Don't do me like that, Lord ADS.
Oh, okay, I believe you, sort of.
I ain't saying I think, but I definitely heard.
Trying to figure out how to get this damn microphone over to my headset, which is a pain in the butt. Settings.
I guess they decided to do their monetization show
early
on Saturday.
At night.
Yep.
Is my mic connected?
I hear you. You got a little clicking, but I can hear you. Lord ADS, did you see what was just done to me? Was I not violated?
Grand Rising Queen is a violation.
No, I said players always a treat when players meet. Why are you trying to do me? I was playing that Grand Rising Queen because they was leaving. That wasn't for you. That was meant for Chanel and Creative. Why they come over here trying to be ugly to me? I don't know why they trying to be mean to me. What I do? I've been on my best behavior, Creative Solution. I don't think they know me very well. But how do you feel about that abuse that they try to do to me, Lord ADS? Why don't nobody care about the abuse that the Knight goes through? I have to bite down and accept it, I guess. Okay, I see maybe left the email now. We lost Lord ADS. We're going to move forward. Let's make sure we get this over here. Okay. Let's get this to this brother right quick. We multitasking, y'all. Be patient with me. I might leave this motherfucking go over there and get cussed out and abused and battered. Email la. Freaky Friday cannot be monetized. Why? What do I be doing in these videos where they can't be monetized? Sin 7 Sin sent me something. Toby, that's the rapper. Matthew, I signed that. I signed the contracts. Let me see. What I want to go to paste. We're going to add man, woman, and child. Ten rounds, blood on the floor, a hole in the church. Man, woman, and child. Then it's what we supposed to do. Snatch up that one. What we supposed to do. Fill out. Ruthless client. What we supposed to do. Enter 13 other ones. What we supposed to do. Let's grab that one. Then it's what you got going. I'm not knowing. Shit just ain't showing. Get this work out the way, y'all. So it's not Y-O-U. Okay, it's regular, the letter U. Late night, Oakland, let it. 7 more to show. What you got going? There we go. This life we live in. Okay, so what you got going? Then I said midnight account. Let's give a midnight account. Couple of bonuses. Midnight accounts. And then last but not least, steel drums. Steel drums. Steel drums. There we go. Here you are, sir. Let's scoot them right on over there, and we'll get back over to our show. How many people we got in the building while I'm babbling? Got 20 people in the building. Okay. Go down this chat. True says, LOL, YT is one strange fucking place. YouTube is interesting at best. But this is where I make my money at, so I ain't gonna talk bad about it. This is the Mach Banach thing. I think we got to the end of the Mach Banach. 417. 417, we got that. Okay, we still gonna move from Mach Banach to another pop out. After Mach Banach. This is the Michi X thing. I want that.
FBA is just a name for Black American, correct?
Let's stop this right here. This is let's go.
Because of your voice, because you curse a lot, because you're from Detroit. Well, I'm from New York, and my voice could boom just as loud as yours. So why are you comparing blackness? You're sitting there talking about how FBA is divisive, but how are you not divisive when you sat there and put a video out there of me and my fiance and said that you can't wait until I'm homeless? But you're not divisive. You said back to the shelter. Woman crashes out, and it's up there twice after being kicked out by her boyfriend. This was 5 months ago. I was never kicked out by my boyfriend, but why are you putting up two Black people who are not celebrities as a topic? This is her channel, isn't it? This is her symbol, isn't it? And then right after me, you start talking about Carmelo Anthony. Who are you, Michi X? See, you have to identify with who you are before you start coming for a pure 100% Black woman. You got to identify with who you are. Thank you in the chat. American Links. Tina Berry speaks as FBA is a lineage and not a group or a movement. ADOS is. Listen, I see, this is where I say I'm not really taking sides on this, because I do see some flaws in how FBA goes about things, but then I do have understanding for why they go about things. Because remember, I'm a Black woman from New York City. These Caribbean people, if not anywhere else, think they run Black American people in New York City, in all the 5 boroughs and the outer boroughs in New York City. So again, if anybody knows, it's me. New York City is overrun by Caribbean Black people, whether it's Jamaican, Haitian, Trini, Guyanese. And
I need to understand, so I understand. So you have people that's new here off boats and blah, blah, blah. And they disrespect when they make little comments. But everything here you have access to because of the people that was here. So then people y'all call like Kata and all that other shit, them is really your brothers, and they was really looking out for you. That's why you here now. So now why you come here and want to fight with everybody here that we got some love for? We love Michi X. We love Yvette Carnell. I do. I'm not a part of ADOS, but I love Yvette Carnell. I love Antoine Moore. I don't hate fucking Tariq Nasheed. He say some wild shit. He's a grifter, but I don't hate that man. That man is living a fucking American dream. I say this about niggas. Niggas can find 1,000 ways to make you not be a nigger when you in the same fucking trenches and hovels and fucking dumps that they live in. I live in the fucking hood. I've been living in the hood my whole life. Most of the time I was a homeowner from August 20th, 1993 until I think this is August 22nd of 2026. I've been owning some shit. I still own this piece of shit I'm in right now. Not for long, but I've always owned some shit. And it's been some fly shit. And I've tried to work with people and be understanding and patient. And all that shit is a waste of fucking time. So I don't know what Michi X did to this young lady, but please find a way to get over it. Michi X doesn't claim FBA. Does she have to?
And don't get me started with them, because some of them don't identify as Black, because it's Coolie Guyanese and it's Coolie Trinis, and they think they're better than the Black Trinis and the Black Guyanese. So again, this divisiveness is not just with Black Americans. It's deeply rooted.
Makes me want to fucking throw up.
Thank you for the money. Cheese, Betty, the dough. Buddha, scratch, Skrilla, paper.
Shout out to TMKC 181 with the 10 jewels, and she's hiding from me. No need to hide, TMKC. No need to hide. But thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it.
In the Caribbean too. So this is why we got to come to a place where we recognize that FBA had their mission. They felt like they accomplished humbling Caribbean people, which I can't say that some of it didn't work, because some of them did need to be humble. Some of them did need to have understanding, have conversations with Black American people, because some of them tune Black American people out. Their disrespect for Black Americans is so deeply rooted that they don't even want to care about history and what Black Americans have gone through. So sometimes you got to fight fire with fire. So I think that's where FBA comes with it. Let me fight with your fire because you think you're better than me. I've had Jamaican men, random Jamaican men, tell me, you dirty Yankee gal, for no reason. I didn't look at them, spit on them, fuck they wife, fuck they nigga, and they came at me crazy. So if anybody knows how some of these Caribbean people could be nasty towards Black Americans.
If a Caribbean motherfucker call me a dirty Yankee girl, I tell that motherfucker to go back to that hovel he come from. That shithole with all them old buildings that's falling the fuck apart. Why would I be upset about a Jamaican or one of these? Go back to that shithole you call a country. You here because, listen, you trying to live vicariously through me. And I'm humble about it. I want you to have the time of your life, but you can't say no shit to me about Yankee shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm not no fucking whatever you are. Why would that bother you, beautiful? Fuck these niggas.
American people. And these people not even knowing, I have family way back from Barbados, right? Not anybody in my direct lineage as far as people that I haven't met are from Barbados. My grandparents are from here. Some of my great-grandparents was born here. When we get to the great-grandparents, though, that's where the Caribbean comes in. So I
don't know nothing about none of that shit. I'm just pure nigga. Let me see something right quick.
Thank you for the money. Cheese, Betty, the dough. Buddha, scratch, Skrilla, paper.
TMKC 181 with 10 jewels hiding again. Is 10 jewels? Wait. It was 10 jewels here. This one, okay. This one is saying 67 jewels. 6-7. Oh, that's some evil shit. I heard about that whole 6-7 shit. She trying to, do some slick shit. TMKC says Michi is a biracial. The woman is fake news. Leave it up to these niggas to hate on their own.
Where people would say, well, you're half tether. Cool, but I don't identify as a tether because I was born here and my parents was born here and my culture is rooted in Black American culture. I don't represent for the Caribbean culture because that's not how I was raised, okay? FBA is just a name for Black American, correct. However, where it starts getting sketchy is it becoming a popularity contest and who started the name and who you rock with against who you don't rock with. Some people rock with Tariq, some people rock with Yvette and Tone. So that's where the disconnect comes in. It becomes
Well, Tariq Nasheed is the one who talks about foundational Black Americans, and Yvette and Tone talk about American descendants of slaves. It's two different things. One is saying that we came here on ships, and the other one is saying that we've been here the whole time. They're two different things.
Do I rock with? It's a popularity contest. I like this person. Remember, people tend to follow what they identify with. Some people don't identify with Yvette and Tone. Some people identify with Tariq. It is what it is. But it's all divisive. This is what y'all got to understand is that it's all divisive. ADOS is divisive because they started out with the same ideology as FBA, besides the Democrat portion of it, the same divisiveness towards Caribbean people. So I'm confused as to what Michi X is windmilling for. It's the same divisiveness. I watched the whole thing unfold. I watched how Tariq was down with ADOS and he was supposed to speak at their conference. And then instead of him showing up, he started FBA and disconnected from Tone and Yvette. I watched all of that, but I also know that Tone and Yvette was also divisive. Let's not play these games. If we went to Jamaica, we would be Black American, not Jamaican. If we went to Africa, we would be just Black American. All FBA stands for is the foundation of Black Americans who built America. Okay. I'm just saying it's all divisive. All of it. Pan-Africanism is divisive. Even if it's not towards other Black people, it's towards white people, or right? All of these movements have become divisive towards some group. Let's not play these games now. Let's not play these games. Right. It is a popularity contest. So again, my thing though is I'm going at Michi X because I'm not done with her. I'm being divisive in this moment. Michi X, you just need to stop speaking on FBA. And this is why Tasha K canceled that panel. Let's get to the real meat and potatoes. Tasha K canceled that panel because you were sitting there running your mouth and put your foot in your mouth many, 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 many times. I watched.
Hey, she made Tasha K stop something. That's powerful in itself. Shout out to Michi X.
I watched you. You put your foot in your mouth, man. Oh, Tasha K doesn't know anything about politics. Why would a person that has a platform want to hear anyone that they're about to invite to their platform to say, you don't know any, she doesn't know anything about this topic. You don't know anything about any topics because you're not even a Black woman. Let's start with you. You don't even understand who you are, who you identify as. Talking about Tasha K don't know nothing about politics. You don't know anything about politics.
What I find very funny is for the 50 of you that follow me that left, that are probably back here now watching the video, because this is what you deranged people do. This is just what stupid people do. I don't know if it's about being FBA or not, but this is what stupid people do. You unsubscribe because you in your emotions, but you've been watching Michi all this time, and you really love Michi and her commentary, and you love the shit that I talk about. But I haven't really spoken on FBA in a long time, so some of y'all might have been confused where I stood, because nobody on my platform that knows me as many years as I've been on this platform that didn't already that didn't already know that Michi wore the fuck out of this ADOS shirt, that Michi don't fuck with Tariq, that the reason Michi and Tariq even have a beef is because I am the one that called him out on his co-oping of ADOS. This is why me and Tariq don't even get along. So if you're new to me, then you probably don't know that. But I've made it very clear every time I have panels and other things that I don't claim the FBA shit. And I've always said why I do not. So I'm not sure why y'all panties is in a bunch. See, this is what's wrong with the people who left that you're watching now. Now you're mad you unsubscribe because you want to say some dumb shit in the comment section, don't you? But you got to resubscribe to do that. You got to resubscribe to have that conversation. So at the end of the day, y'all, look, let me tell y'all something. I don't understand why you get so upset. Y'all are a cult because you're mad. Check this out. Y'all swear y'all not divisive, but you niggas is mad at another FBA. By your definition, nigga, I'm an FBA too. You are mad at another FBA because they don't agree with the shit that you say, or they won't take on your fucking title. You're mad at another FBA. Hey, what's up, Nyla? If y'all want to hear some good stuff, you ain't going in on Clarissa, but that shit is funny. Or should I say Clarissa? Y'all check out Nyla Says channel. But my question is, how are y'all not divisive? Because y'all go after everybody that doesn't agree with you.
Hey, shout out to Nyla Says, my nigga Taz woman. Michi X giving a shout out. Shout out to Michi X. I like Michi. I always like Michi. I don't agree with everything she said, but I always like her. I don't have to agree with everything somebody says. Let's get away from Michi. I think this is the last one from Pop Up. And this is
coming up next on Pop Out.
The boys are fighting. When? What the fuck is the boys are fighting mean?
I wake up this morning, right? And I get the notification for Coke, but I'm really working out. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing my thing and shit, right? So yeah, I was going to the barbershop. So
let's stop this. We got business to take care of.
Thank you for the money. Cheese, Betty, the dough. Buddha, scratch, Skrilla, paper.
TMKC 181 with the $10 ball says, I was born here and so was the last 5 generations of my family. My DNA says I originated from Africa, but my blood type says I'm Aboriginal. What does it all mean? That means you need to give me some pussy. I want to see the difference between Aboriginal pussy and, you know, foreign pussy. It's just for studies, though. It's nothing personal. It's no hate or, you know, love or nothing. It's for learning purposes only, TMKC. Come the fuck up out of Kansas and come to California where it's the tropics. Let me see what that monkey do. Let's get back to this.
Of course, Corey has a speech about drip, of course. So I'm going to go ahead and give this SmackDown speech and just stop responding to these minions, you know what I'm saying? Because these niggas ain't got nothing for drip. And I see it now. You know what I'm saying? You know, yeah. So if you want to be show enough, Cole, I got 10,000 on it. Put your money up and let's do it. If not, don't mention drip on nothing, boy. Nothing. Do you hear me, boy? Nothing. Because get what? My level is so just retarded high, like, it's just not going to.
Drip just be freestyling. Nigga, make a fucking visual to that beat I sent you. And same with you, Corey. Make a fucking visual to Man, Woman, and Child. Show us. Man, Woman, and Child is a fucking movie. Corey, show me. And Drip, make a fucking beat to, where's the Drip song? Here's the Drip song I sent Drip. Drip, you supposed to be making a fucking song to this video right here. Where's the song to this video right here? You supposed to be making a video to that. And Corey's supposed to be making a video to Man, Woman, and Child. And I'm trying to get a collab with Wish Doctor to make a video to a song too. You niggas make videos. Let's see your visuals. I got beats for days. Matter of fact, let me look. Let me think about it. What I want Wish Doctor to make. I'm gonna send it to him. Of these songs I got, which one do I want Wish Doctor to fuck with? Matter of fact, I would want Wish Doctor to do something to some of my brand new shit. But let me see. What would I want? Which one would I want Wish Doctor to make a Wish Doctor thing to? I gotta think about that. TMKC, calm down, Queen. It ain't that deep.
It's gonna work out for you, bro. So this is what I'm gonna do for you and everybody else, go. I'm gonna just remove myself from all competitions, from all even speaking about intros, from all that. I'm gonna just stay out y'all way so y'all can have y'all fun and try competing with each other. Because I see now this ain't nothing but the turtle and the bunny rabbit. You feel me? The turtle and the bunny rabbit. Yeah. But see, you giving a speech about drip really don't even make no sense, Cole. It wouldn't make no sense because they know who Master is. They know who Sensei the Drip is. They know.
Okay, so that is not the turtle and the bunny rabbit. It's called the rabbit and the hare. No, it's the turtle and the hare. It's the turtle and the hare. The turtle won that. You would think that the rabbit would have won it, but the turtle won that. So you need a better analogy, Drip.
They know. Like the other day, you was like, I'm gonna cook them. Boy, no, the fuck you was not gonna cook drip. Because I was gonna come up to guns loaded, ready to blast. And trust me, it was gonna be, look at this lady ass nigga. Leave in the back. Leave her ass in the back. You know how to pull herself up. I ain't doing none of that shit. But anyway, that goes out to the House of Thieves, the House of Copycats, the House of Plagiarism. Yeah. Ring the alarm. Ring the alarm. Ring the motherfucking alarm. DJ, time Classy out for about 30 seconds real quick. Go ahead, yeah. Go ahead and start it. Hold on, stop talking over me. As soon as I came in the chat, I got timed out. So yeah, time Classy out for about 17 seconds, DJ. On me. 17 seconds. Yeah.
Hello, popping up in the chat.
Huh?
Timed out for just popping up in the chat.
Shit, I came in that bitch said, shout out to the
Yeah, damn. Oh, yo, okay.
You chose violence.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I'm down for some violence. It's been way too long.
Like I said, also these classy hit me immediately. I'm like, damn. I couldn't stay in that motherfucker 20 seconds.
Yeah, classy a sniper. So this coach
Well,
said
I say,
she shot already, but going
shout out to third though. See, third gonna go against the grain.
Yeah.
Third gonna go against the grain with Drip.
With brain. His whole brain.
That was my plan, right? My plan was to put that together with Drip, right? Yeah, Cameron Pink, like the Cameron situation, like Cameron. So Izzy show's over, Drip show starts, right? And so Drip show start, and about 9 minutes into the show, I hear this.
Shot to finish jump shot to classy in the building. Yeah. So, you know, I wake up this morning, right? And I get the notification for Coke, but I'm really working out, you know what I'm saying, doing my thing and shit, right? So, yeah, I was going to the barbershop, so of course, Porter has a speech about Drip, of course. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this SmackDown speech and just stop responding to these minions. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, what? Minions? Dripster, what? I thought Dripster. Why would you call me a minion? Wait, just wait. Let's listen to this. I'm waiting on the Izzy Bears roast, and I'm getting shot at. What's up, DT? Maria, how you doing? Look, listen to this.
I'm saying, because these niggas ain't got nothing for Drip, and I see it now. You know what I'm saying? You know, yeah. So if you want to be show enough Cole, I got 10,000 on it. Put your money up. Let's do it.
What?
Don't mention Drip on nothing. What? Nothing. Did you hear me? What? Nothing. Because get what? My level is so just retarded high, like, it's just not going to work out for you, bro. So this is what I'm going to do for you and everybody else, go. I'm going to just remove myself from all competitions, from all, even speaking about intros, from all that. I'm going to just stay out y'all way so y'all can have y'all fun and try competing with each other. I see it.
Imagine, I'm in the chat, y'all. I am in the chat. Yo, I just know he finna cook Izzy, and I'm getting cooked. Why in the heck? Yo.
Why did they put that effect on Corey's voice? Corey said he was in the chat while Drip was talking, thinking he about to cook Izzy, and he cooking Corey. Kills is in this chat talking about Izzy a different breed. I did my live and said everything on people's panels since day one. Who knows what the fuck Kills is talking about, but that was him. He got a couple of things in there. Soul Provider said Anton kids are getting burnt out. Damn, now folks is Anton kids. Shout out to the motherfucking shout outs. Shout out to the Drip. Shout out to Corey. Damn. Can you believe it? We almost at the end of the fucking show. Are we? Is we? Is we? Let me see. I think this is the last thing. This last thing was Izzy Benz. That's the last thing. Let's get the fuck up out of here. We go from that. What time is it? It's 12:40 something. Okay. We go from that to this. Well, we got 19 people in the building. Ain't that something special? I appreciate y'all 19 people for coming over today and supporting the channel. Make sure you hit the like button. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let's see. We got 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 32. And then I don't know what these jewels are. So we met our goals. Thank y'all for helping me get my $50 goal right now. It's kind of early. I'll probably be back after I deal with this business later on this evening. But for now, at this time, I'm gonna hit y'all with a little bit of Wish Doctor. Let me go on and do that. Hit y'all with a little bit of Wish Doctor.
Everybody's literally saying, even the people who own this shit was complaining that it didn't have a good show. In the DJ.
Did a good show. What do you mean by it was bad?
There was plenty of women.
It was just women just showed up. It wasn't no niggas was out there.
And the men, most of the men that were there were a part of. Yeah.
But unfortunately, that wasn't
Right.
what I'm saying.
It wasn't what took it over well?
Wait, why did she say it was a success? Kendra G just be fucking lying, bro. She talking about InvestFest was a success. Like, lady, did we see the same shit? Everybody's literally saying, even the people who own this shit was complaining that it didn't have a good show. Kendra G
Did a good show. What do you mean by it was bad?
There was plenty of women.
It was just women just showed up. It wasn't no niggas was out there.
And the men, most of the men that were there were a part of.
Oh, just go to the wrong places to get some rich men, for real, for real. You must.
I would imagine that niggas that got money, right, and is niggas that they would want is not gonna go to our InvestFest to look for women.
No.
Like me, I'm a big billionaire, you know what I'm saying? Millionaire, six-figure nigga. I'm not going to one of these events to find women. The fuck?
If you're new to the money and you're tricked with your money, like athletes, then you might show up.
Yeah, on some shit like that. But but if you want some shit where you like a real businessman, you're going to this shit for business because there's a bunch of other places you could go to just mingle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you just mingling.
I saw the lineup of the speakers that were a part of it. It was a lot of males, a few athletes, few business people of that area, pastors and things. Those were a lot of those men. But those men, you know, a lot of those men be selective. The thing about a man with some money, right? They'll find the pretty women. They ride around the cities like everybody else, and they find the pretty women, and they'll approach the pretty women. They ain't approaching nothing that ain't fitting what they like. You have to approach them, and then they still might say nay or yay based off how you look. But they going for the look first. They don't give a fuck how you talk and your degree, you smart y'all. They going for that body.
Shout out to the flop that Kendra G had at InvestFest with Earn Your Leisure. That shit didn't work. What I want to talk about is this right here, the Bandit Build a Bay chart. Yeah, $20 and 7 choices. And I started from the bottom. And by the time I got to the top, I said, you know, that's a 0. I'm going to the terrible. But this was a fun night. Shout out to DJ Wish Doctor. Let's get that up off the camera. Shout out to y'all for spending damn near 4 hours with me. I appreciate you. The fact that you stuck in here with me through my nap, it pisses motherfuckers off when y'all send me money when I'm asleep. But thank you for sending me money while I was asleep in my nap. I got what, 4 super chats while I was asleep. It just adds to the mystique that the night is. That's all it do, is just add to that. It don't take Nathan away. I'll be back later on to ask for more money from y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed yourself. I hope it was a blast. That you felt it was real groovy. And I will respond to the Michi X stuff later on, because I never did get to the Michi X. I love who loved me, and I feel loved in these YouTube streets. Thank y'all. All I want to ask y'all to do for the rest of this Saturday is be great.
We'll shut this motherfucker down.
That's all, folks.